You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, woo, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down. Woo!
You are watching the leaders in full immersion gaming, and this is the pregame show only on the NBL Network.
What a big night here in the NBL, folks. Doubleheader, AFC and NFC Championship. We will know our matchup for the Super Bowl of Season 32 at the conclusion of tonight's broadcast. Appreciate everybody tuning in to the NBL Live pregame show. Big shout out to Homer Henke with the 6 months of subscribing. I am OSU, and also big shout out to NBL Ram Cert with the 6 months of subscribing. As always, our NBL Live pregame show is brought to you each and every week by our graphic sponsor, Web3KS.com. They do a ton of graphics for the entire NBL network, including overlays and just about anything you see on the NBL network. Original programming on NBL Live, it's probably been touched by Web3KS.com. And if you or anyone you know needs graphics done for an affordable price, hit up Web3KS.com. Let them know NBL sent you. You get a 15% discount off your entire order. Web3KS.com, the leaders in affordable graphic design. Again, thanks everybody for tuning in. I am OSU. We've got doubleheader action starting off with this NFC Championship game between the Seattle Seahawks and the Detroit Lions. Now, before we get there, let's talk about a little bit of stuff that's going on in the NBL. As we keep talking about, we talk about that Operation Homefront tournament we got going on, 64 players, completely free to enter. What we just announced, though, is to our subscribers, that's right, you folks who either use your Twitch Prime subscription or pay the $4.99 a month to be a subscriber here of the NBL Network at twitch.tv/NBL Network. Well, we've got a great deal for you. We're going to be giving out only 2 subscribers during the tournament on August 2nd during our 12-hour live stream. We'll be giving away a signed Michael Jordan USA jersey. I know there are a lot of basketball fans out there. If you're not a basketball fan, I sure hope you've heard of Michael Jordan. Pretty good guy.
Welcome to the network, baby.
He knows what he's doing. Just a big shout out to Deca with the 6 months of subscribing. Signed with a certificate of authenticity, the Team USA jersey. Look at it. You can see it on the right. Gold as money. We're going to be giving that away during the 12-hour live stream on August 2nd. So if you want to be a part of that, you just got to hit that subscribe button. If you don't, there's still going to be plenty of prizes we'll be giving out during the tournament, but you won't be entered in to win this Michael Jordan jersey. It is sweet. Don't miss out on that one. Again, you can apply for the EA Access Tournament on our website, 365.maddenbomberleague.com. All right, let's take a look at the players to watch for today's game between the Seahawks and the Lions. And first, on the side of the Seattle Seahawks, let's talk about DeMarco Drakeford, the outside linebacker. He's having a nice season, 24 tackles, 11 sacks, 1 interception. But this is a guy the Seahawks are really looking for him to step up. He was an absolute monster the last season. This year, numbers are down. 24 tackles, relatively low for an outside linebacker. 11 sacks is a great number, though. He hasn't dropped off into coverage a whole lot. They've really used him in run stopping and to get after the quarterback. And those 11 sacks, what he is going to challenge Aaron Rodgers and the Detroit Lions. That pass rush of the Seattle Seahawks is very good, and it'll be up to the offensive line of the Detroit Lions, see if they have enough pass protection to keep Aaron Rodgers off the ground, because this Lions team, very talented offensively, ton of great wide receivers. But if you can get some pressure on Aaron Rodgers and force them to make quicker reads, quicker decisions, maybe get back to the run game a little bit, that's going to make the job of the Seattle Seahawks offense a lot easier. You won't have to keep up as much. If you get into a rat race with them, well, it can turn into bad news bears and quickly. On the flip side, let's take a look on the Detroit Lions, and let's talk about Aaron Rodgers and what a season he's having. A quarterback rating of 125.5, 5,500 yards, 38 touchdowns, 22 interceptions. This guy is an absolute machine, and when you have weapons like Montgomery, like Harvey Beckham, it's really tough to stop him. And you add in the fact they actually have a run game this year with Le'Veon Bell. It's really a two-headed monster. And for the Seattle Seahawks defense, it's going to be up to slowing them down as much as possible. As we talked about with DeMarco Drakeford, getting after the quarterback will be huge for them to make sure they don't get into any sort of offensive rhythm. If you can do that, and maybe force them to beat you with Le'Veon Bell, you're going to be in much better shape. But Harvey Beckham and Montgomery, they're so good underneath. You just got to make sure you don't get beat for the big plays. And offensively, you have to be sound with the football. A key for the Seahawks is going to be not to turn the ball over. For the Detroit Lions, it's all about, just be yourself. Make sure that you are who you are. Don't get out of your comfort zone. play the game like you have all season long. It got you that NFC North title, and it hopefully will get you that NFC Championship, get you into yet another Super Bowl here in Season 32. Our Bleacher Report predictions. MBM, not voting on this one. You got to think, though, owner of the Seattle Seahawks, probably going with the Seahawks. Very, very even. Fella and JY both going with the Detroit Lions, but Sclam, Timbo, and Bananas all picking what I think a lot of people would say is an upset in the Seattle Seahawks. And the question we will have tonight, folks, it's a big question as to whether or not we will continue our trend. We here in the NBL, in this cycle of Madden 18, we have had 6 Super Bowl champions, 6 different owners. Will that continue? The Lions, they already got their Super Bowl. Will the Seattle Seahawks have a chance to play for that one? Owner MBM coming in to the league this cycle. Will he get an opportunity to play for it, or will the Lions get to yet another title? It's time for my prediction here on the NBL Live pregame show. And folks, it's this is going to be a closer battle than I think maybe some people will think. Maybe not our Bleacher Report team is very high on the Seattle Seahawks. But a lot of people out there looking at that Detroit Lions team, looking at how very, very powerful they are. This Seahawks team already played them once. They played them very close. But I like the Detroit Lions here. NFC Championship game. This is the time for the Lions to show up and show out. I think Harvey Beckham goes for $150 through the air and 2 touchdowns. I like the Lions pulling out the victory today. I expect a high-scoring affair. I'm going to go 35-31. The Detroit Lions with the win over the Seattle Seahawks, but I won't be surprised if the Seahawks are representing the NFC in the championship game for Season 32. And don't forget, folks, we've got another game coming up after this. It is the AFC title game between the Cleveland Browns and the Kansas City Chiefs. That should be a great battle, but that's enough talk from me. Let's get to the ball game, folks. Appreciate you tuning into the NBL Live pregame show, but it is game time. Let's fill one slot of the Super Bowl here in Season 32. Coming up next, it is the Dynasty versus the new guy. It is MBM and the Seattle Seahawks taking on Bomber and the Detroit Lions. Only one spot out of the NFC. Let's crown an NFC champion right now here on NBL Live.
I just want to say, hey, man, this is T.O., the cover athlete of the Madden 19 Hall of Fame edition, and you're watching the gold standard of the franchise mode, the NBL Network. Holla.
Empty backfield for Atkins. He's been dropping back to pass here on 4th down. He is looking, deep over the middle. He has a man, it's Brandon Cooks, who catches it, makes a man miss!
Oh, that's
Woodard is dropping back. He's got open over the middle.
Wow. That big playmaker ability as he finds him again.
Into the end zone. Another touchdown. We will fill our Season 32 Super Bowl tonight, folks. What a matchup we have here in the NFC Championship game. We appreciate each and every one of you tuning into NBL Live. And we've got doubleheader action tonight, starting with the NFC Championship game. It is the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Detroit Lions. Thanks for hanging out with us, folks. I'm OSU, and what a game we have in store for you. The Bleacher Report team taking the Seattle Seahawks 3-2. Not the score, but three Bleacher Report writers going with the Seahawks, 2 going with the Detroit Lions. It will be up. I think the biggest matchup will be the Seattle defense against this high-powered Detroit Lions offense. But we are going to start off with the Seattle Seahawks in the lime green jerseys here in Detroit. They will get the ball first. Eventually, they will kick it off, and we are underway on championship weekend here in the NBL. NBL Live broadcast 231. As it looks like it's going to be taken up just past the 20 to the 22-yard line. That's where we'll get to see this Seattle Seahawks offense start out underway. Welcome, everybody in the chat. Keep it rolling. Talk to me. Let me know what you guys are thinking for today's NFC Championship game. And for the Seattle Seahawks, coming out at quarterback, that is, of course, Deshaun Kaiser. Derek Bradford in the backfield. Play action pass for Kaiser as he rolls out to the right side. On 1st and 10, maybe a little bit of the jitters for the young Kaiser. Played for the Cleveland Browns for a number of years. Coming into Seattle, leading this team. That one is incomplete. Had a man open in man coverage, but just could not get it into his arms. Going to bring up a 2nd and 10. The Seattle Seahawks team, during the regular season, the number 6 scoring offense in the NBL at 28 points per game. 13th in total yards at 318.6. The big one is their rushing attack, number 5 in the NBL, with Derek Bradford, 1,482 yards on the ground, averaging 6.3 per carry. That's a big shout out to Superwoman 0688, now hosting our stream. Appreciate the host. Superwoman is on 2nd and 10. It is DeShone Kizer under center. 2 wide receivers out there. 1 tight end on the right side of that formation here on 2nd down. Holloway coming in motion. Looks like it's going to be a little counterplay to Bradford. Cuts it up the middle. He's got a big hole. He's got a 1st down. Cuts it to the outside. He's got some room. To the 50. To the 40. To the 30. To the 20. Will he get caught? 10. 4. Touchdown Seahawks. 78 yards for Derek Bradford. That'll help your average per carry get to the end zone. One of the best halfbacks here in the NBL. He finds pay dirt early from long range. And the Seahawks offense starts out as perfectly as you could hope if you're a Seahawks fan. 2 plays, 1 touchdown, it's 7-0. Timbo in the chat saying one of the biggest weapons in the league. Absolutely, Derek Bradford is just a beast on the ground, and he showed it there. Getting to the house, 78 yards for the score. DeShone Kizer a little rough on his first throw, but it helps when you have a guy like that behind you to pick you up and get you on the board early. We're a whole 18 seconds into the game, and it's already 7-0 Seattle. Not the start the Detroit defense was hoping for, but the Detroit offense coming out onto the field, led by Aaron Rodgers, and boy, oh boy, this is where Detroit is scary. They're not led by their defense, they're led by their offense. Let's see what Rodgers and the offense can do. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. Le'Veon Bell to the right of Aaron Rodgers. On 1st and 10, they're starting at the 25-yard line. It's going to be Rodgers taking the snap. He's going to drop back to pass on 1st down. Waiting, looking, looks to the dig route. Oh, it's almost picked by the user. Oh, man, almost a mistake. It's a big shout to N-Train hosting this stream. Appreciate the host. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Oh, man, almost a mistake on the first throw. Luckily, it falls incomplete. This Detroit Lions team, the number 1 offense in the NBL, 33 points per game, number 1 in yards, over 400 yards they average per game, 329.9 of that through the air. That is good for 1st in the NBL, as well as they're going to back up 5 with the false start. Rushing attack, 19th in the NBL at 71.5 yards on the ground. That is the best rushing offense we've ever seen from this Detroit Lions team. They are a pass-first offense, as exemplified by the fact that Aaron Rodgers has attempted 433 pass attempts. Le'Veon Bell only has 100 carries on the year. Tywan Wilson another 95, but Bell 5.8 per carry. He is a weapon and another dimension to this Lions offense. 5 wide receivers for Aaron Rodgers. He drops back pass on 2nd and 15 and went in doubt. Out route, find it on the outside, but your receiver doesn't get the feet in bounds. Oh, boy, oh, boy. I don't know if that was HB18. Didn't see who that was on the outside, but what a mistake there. Not getting the toes in bound. Now Detroit's going to have to convert a 3rd and 15. A lot of confidence from this Seattle Seahawks defense right now. They've got a 7-0 lead, and they've forced Aaron Rodgers into 2 incompletions early. 3rd and 15 pistol formation for Aaron Rodgers. He'll drop back with the 3 wide set. Waiting. Steps up in the pocket. Looks over the middle. Has a man threw it right over the user's head and found who else but the number 1 receiver in the NBL, HB18, Harvey Beckham. His first catch of the day down to the 44-yard line. 3rd and 15. No problem. They pick up 24. And what a big first down there from the Lions. Looked like it could have been a disastrous start, giving up a touchdown in 2 plays. Then 2 real mistakes offensively. The bad throw by Aaron Rodgers into tight user coverage, and then the out route, not getting the feet in bounds, but they don't panic. There's no panic on the side of those boys in Honolulu Blue. 1st and 10. 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end out there for the Lions as it's Rodgers dropping back. Blitz coming, picked up nicely, and that's going to be pass interference. They just straight up, Shaquille Griffin just grabbed Harvey Beckham as he came in on that in route. Sometimes that's all you can do to stop HB18. Just get your hands on him and make sure that you don't let him get open as they'll pick up a free 1st down to the 45-yard line. Hey, folks, if you can't see it, I'll try to lean outside of the camera. This is our new EA Access Tournament. 50% of proceeds for this t-shirt going to Operation Homefront. You can buy it right now. 365.maddenbombleague.com under the EA Access Tournament page. It comes in a multitude of colors. As that one complete underneath, Montgomery jukes himself into a tackle. But it's a nice play, picking up 6 on. Excuse me, that was Tucker with the catch. Again, 365.maddenbombleague.com under the EA Access Tournament site. You can pick up one of these shirts. They come in, I believe it's 5 colors. You got white, gray, black, red, and blue. And again, 50% of all proceeds go into Operation Homefront. So it's for a great cause, and at the end of the day, you get a pretty nice shirt out of it. Big shout out to our clothing sponsor, the official clothing sponsor of the MBL. CFN Came From Nothing Clothing. Shout out to those guys putting on some great shirts for us. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. For Aaron Rodgers under center, Le'Veon Bell in the backfield. As on second and 4, blitz coming. He gets rid of it quickly. Has a man. Oh, they brought the cover. 0 blitz. And Harvey Beckham made him pay. Touchdown, Lions, 48 yards. You better be real sure the coverage behind you is great when you got HB 18, 99 speed, one-on-one. No match for the safety as it is a tie ball game. It's going to be an offensive showdown here in Detroit. As the Lions kicking this ball back off to the Seahawks, and it is away. Chisholm will just fair catch this one, and then we'll get to see the Seattle Seahawks offense back out again. It only took him 2 plays in the last drive, and Derek Bradford found the end zone from 78 yards out. See if they can do that once again here. 1st and 10. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. Bradford in the backfield. Robinson to the left, Holloway to the right. 4:13 to go here in the first quarter. High scoring affair so far. As it's going to be a handoff to Derek Bradford over the left side. And the Lions defense line doing a much better job of containing Derek Bradford on the second carry. No gain on the play. And bring up a 2nd and 10. Welcome to the network, baby. And shout out to Playa with the subscription. As on 2nd and 10, he finds Granville underneath, up near the first down marker to the 36-yard line. Playa partner with the 6 months of subscribing. Panthers fan 234 saying Seahawks gonna win. Timbo, our Bleacher reporter in the chat, saying Aaron Rodgers eats in the red zone. Aaron Rodgers to Beckham, maybe the best quarterback-wide receiver combo in league history. It certainly is up there. Harvey Beckham, a weapon like no one has ever seen here in the NBL. 1st and 10, as they do pick up that first down. He's going to be hand off to Derek Bradford. Cuts it back to the left side. He just made Gianni Slade look silly. Yes, Gianni Slade, the one that looks like an absolute RV out there in the middle of that Detroit defense, just got juked out of his shoes and is able to pick up 6 yards to bring up a 2nd and 4. And that's going to be big for the Seattle Seahawks offense. If they can just get these into 2nd and 3rd and managements, it's going to make them so much better. This Lions defense is very good. Maybe not talked about quite as much as the offense, but they are the number 19 scoring offense at 25 points per game. Number 17 against the run in the league as Bradford up the middle picks up 1. They do give up a lot of yards. 28th in the NBL at 339 yards per game. A lot of that because they score so quickly. The other offense gets on the field a lot. They give up a lot in garbage time. They've been known to maybe give away a few leads late, but they are very opportunistic, force a lot of turnovers, and if you turn the ball over against this Lions defense, you're giving the ball back to an offense that can score so quick. Now 3rd and 3 for the Seattle Seahawks on 3rd down. It's a play-action pass. Oh, but the blitzer was open. That is Rashawn Datko getting in the backfield. A corner blitz. Nobody picked him up, and Seattle's going to be forced to punt this one away. Boy, whoever's assignment it was to pick up the corner blitz, they straight up missed it like I've missed 25 years at the gym. It's 4th and 11, and the Seattle Seahawks punting this back to a potent Detroit Lions offense. It's going to be taken just inside the 15-yard line up. I was going to say past the 15. Now he's past the 15 to the 20. Just shy of the 25 to the 23-yard line. That's where we can see Aaron Rodgers and the Detroit Lions come back out and see if they can't claim a lead here in the NFC Championship game. A spot in the Season 32 Super Bowl on the line. First and 10, 2 tight ends, 1 wide receivers out there for Aaron Rodgers. It's going to be a play-action pass. Rodgers looking, waiting. He's got a man wide open. It is complete down inside the 40 to the 44-yard line. And that is what Aaron Rodgers does so well. Waiting for the tight end to come open, and Travis Kelce, the veteran, with the veteran hands, coming up with a big catch as Lions already almost at midfield. And now 1st and 10. Lions breaking the huddle. Beckham split out to the left, Beekman out to the right, Cooper on the line, 2 wide receivers, Le'Veon Bell in the backfield. Hasn't seen any action so far as Rodgers dropping back on 1st down. Looks over the middle of the field. Hits Harvey Beckham on a post route down to the 34-yard line. 5-7, 112 for the Lions as man coverage on Harvey Beckham seems to always go poorly for the defense. Another nice throw by Rodgers. Another nice catch by HB18. 3 catches, 85 yards, and we're not even out of the first quarter. First and 10, 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers for Aaron Rodgers. Taiwan Wilson into the game at halfback on 1st down. As Rodgers surveys this defense, he's going to give a carry to Wilson over the left side. Oh, a little star step. He's got some room. Takes a big hit at the 1st down marker, and he is down, holding, it looks like an arm or ribs, or it might be his chest. I'm not really sure, but he picks up 9.5. Going to bring up a 2nd and inches. Big hit. Look for the Seattle Seahawks defense to hit hard today because they are going to try to really victimize this Detroit Lions small receiving core. A little halfback wham here right up the middle for Le'Veon Bell to pick up the 1st down. Detroit's receiving core, very speedy, very athletic, but also very small, prone to the fumble. So they're going to need to lay the lumber in the secondary. Now 1st and 10 for Rodgers and the offense. Beekman out to the right, Beckham out to the left, Bell at the top of the eye. The 3 Bs on the field on 1st down. It's going to be hand off to Le'Veon Bell, a little stretch play. He'll pick up a couple to the 18-yard line. Not a great cut there by Le'Veon Bell, but he does the job. Pick it up 4, going to bring up a 2nd and 6. Second and 6 for the Detroit Lions, looking to get to another NBL Super Bowl here in Season 32, the last one in Madden 18. Bell at the top of the eye, 2 wide receivers once again, and why not give it to Bell once again? Cuts up the middle, takes a big hit at the 11-yard line, gets near the 1st down marker. They'll give him the 1st down as Taiwan Wilson looks like he will be fine up to, he with that sprained elbow will be able to return, but you got to expect Le'Veon Bell can get the majority of the carries. Now 1st and 10, 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. That'll take us to the end of the first quarter. Your score 7-7, but Detroit knocking on the door here at home at Old Ford Field. Been there. It's nice. At this point, the actual Ford Field, getting a little up there in age, but still a very nice field. And in Detroit in the winter, it's much better than being outdoors. As let's see what's going on in the chat. Captain Planet saying, go Lions 31-27. As they start calling for the wide receiver quick, they've changed up the play. 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end. That is Kalen Cooper in the slot. Look for him with this double A gap pressure. They might look to the tight end as Kelce going in motion. Nope, they're going to toss it out. Oh, man, just walk into the end zone. Wilson recovers from that elbow sprain and finds pay dirt. 11 yards out, too easy for the Lions rushing attack as they claim a 6-point lead over the vaunted Seattle Seahawks defense. The kick is up. It is good. It's a 1-score ball game. Johnny Side, first game of the doubleheader, absolutely. The second game coming up immediately following. It is the Chiefs and the Browns in the AFC Championship game. But we got a ball game here as Detroit claiming the 14-7 lead. 14 unanswered points for the Lions offense. Seahawks defense, their strength, 3rd scoring defense in the NBL. Number 3 at 70 points per game. Number 3 rushing defense at 59.2 per game. They couldn't do anything against Wilson there as he walked into the end zone on the right side. Now, Seattle's offense, after a frustrating second drive, going to look to get a touchdown here and tie this ball game up. See what they decide to do as Deshaun Kaiser. Big shout out to NBL Rams with the cheering. Play action pass. Kaiser looks to the skinny post. He finds Robinson down to the 33-yard line. Nice throw there by Deshaun Kaiser, completing that one on the skinny post from the outside. They'll get a 1st down at the 33-yard line. That's our first chance to really see the Seattle passing attack do anything, as AR-15 Allen Robinson coming over to Seattle, still showing he's got the size and the hands to be a very, very good #1 wide receiver. As it's 1st and 10. Bradford in the backfield. Holloway to the right, Robinson to the left. Handoff to Bradford right in the middle. Oh, boy, he had some room, but he cut too far left. Oh, if he stays right, he's still running, but he'll be taken out after an 8-yard gain. And we've seen this early. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but we've seen on the interior at the first level, the Detroit Lions missing a lot of tackles. Bradford getting them with the cuts. Let's see if that continues to be the case here as we get along the rushing attack for the Seattle Seahawks. Very effective. Now 2nd and 2. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. Robinson to the left, Holloway to the right. Bradford in the backfield. DeShone Kizer under center. On 2nd down, play action pass. It's Kizer looking to throw it. Nobody's open, but he's got some room on the right side. He might take off. Taking one of the worst angles I have ever seen. Didn't cut it upfield to try to just pick up the 1st down and slide down. No, he tried to get to the sideline and get around Kinchen. Kinchen is too fast. Now they're forced to the 3rd and 1. Boy, DeShone Kizer, that was some pitiful angles taken by the quarterback trying to just pick up 2 yards. He only gets 1. As now 3rd and 1 for the Seattle Seahawks. I formation, 2 tight ends, 1 wide receiver out there. Bradford in at the top of the aisle. Let's see if he gets a carry here on 3rd and 1. He does, cuts it up the middle, and they're going to have to punt this one away. And you can blame that one solely on the former Cleveland Brown, the former Oakland Raider, DeShone Kizer, with just a horrendous display of scrambling. That's an easy 1st down to pick up. Man, those linebackers and corners were good. 10 yards back of the 1st down mark. He couldn't pick up 2 yards with his feet. And now you give the ball back to Detroit, and this is where it gets dangerous because so far the Seattle defense hasn't been able to stop anything on the offensive side of the ball of the Detroit Lions as Harvey Beckham has torn them up. Timbo in the chat saying expect 20-plus touches in this one for Bradford after speaking with the Seahawks staff this week. Big shout-out to our Bleacher Report team here in the NBL. Now 1st and 10 for Aaron Rodgers, Le'Veon Bell at the top of that I-2 wide receivers. 1 tight end on the left side of that formation. On 1st down, it is a play-action pass. Rodgers dropping back. Boy, the entire interior of that line was faked out. Now he's got a man open. Oh, boy, it's Harvey Beckham again down to the 42-yard line. He is just too good. Only 2 routes. If they weren't completely fooled by that run play, they might have had a stop there, but instead it's a deep pass. And what have we seen all year long? Aaron Rodgers to HB18. 4 catches, 115 yards in the 1st half for Harvey Beckham. First and 10. Aaron Rodgers under center, 2 wide receivers. Beckham to the left, Beekman to the right. Now flipping the play and putting the tight end Cooper on the right side of that line. Hand out to Le'Veon Bell around the right side. He's up past the 40, trying to get around the defender, but he'll be taken down at the 35-yard line. Another big hit by the Seattle Seahawks, but boy, in 2 plays, the Detroit Lions already in field goal range at the 35-yard line. Again, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning into NBL Live Broadcast 231, doubleheader action. We got the Seahawks and the Lions in the NFC Championship game, followed by the Chiefs and the Browns in the AFC Championship game. We will fill our Super Bowl, which will be tomorrow night here on the NBL Network. I believe it will be a 9 o'clock start. Welcome to the network, baby. Big shout out to RD Puerto Rico just subscribing with Twitch Prime. Appreciate the love. Everybody out there, tell you about our subscriber giveaway in just a moment after this play. 2nd and 3, Rodgers dropping back pass, blitz coming. It's a quick throw to the tight end. Picked up, shakes off a tackler. Be taken down to the 26-yard line. Didn't see who got hurt on that play, but just a reminder, if you are a subscriber to the NBL Network, you'll be entered to our subscriber-only giveaway during our EA Access tournament, and you may be asking, hey, what are you giving away? Anything good? Yeah, we're going to be giving away a signed Michael Jordan jersey. That's right, folks. Subscriber-only giveaway. We'll be doing a ton of giveaways to you non-subscribers out there, but if you have Twitch Prime, it's a free subscription for 30 days. You'll be entered in to the twitch.tv/NBL Network subscriber giveaway and Michael Jordan signed USA jersey on August 2nd during the 12-hour stream of our EA Access tournament. 1st and 10, it's Rodgers dropping back to pass. Looks over the middle of the field. Who else but Harvey Beckham with another catch down to the 4-yard line. Ho-hum, another big play for the passing attack. 5th catch for Beckham. And boy, Seattle's got to find a way to defend Harvey Beckham. He's got 5 catches for 137 yards. Now 1st and goal for the Lions. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. Beckham to the left. Beekman to the right. Emerson one-on-one with Beckham on the left side. See the user out there. But they're going to hand it off over the right side. Why not finish it with another run? That's Wilson's second rushing touchdown of the day. And the Lions extend their lead to 2 scores as once again the rushing attack we haven't seen in so many seasons from this Lions team finishes the deal. And the Lions go up 21-7. Flag down, probably roughing a kicker on that one. As apparently that was a thought to accept that one. Motor in the chat saying Bomber makes the offense look easy. Z-Star saying this might get ugly. Again, we've got doubleheader action, folks, if you are just joining us. AFC Championship, Chiefs and Browns immediately following this game. But a lot of ball game left. Let's see if the Seattle Seahawks can get the offense going. They scored on their first drive of the game, 2 plays in. It was Derek Bradford, 78 yards to the house. But since then, the Lions defense has stifled this Seattle Seahawks offense that has been good all year. Let's see if they can find some rhythm. In the near the end of the second quarter, they need a touchdown to at least feel minorly good about being in this game. The Lions get the ball to start the second half. First down and 10. Waiting, looking, looks to the little sail route right there. It is complete down to the 42-yard line. Nice throw by DeShone Kizer. That's a big shout out to everybody in the chat right now, cheering and chatting it up. We appreciate each and every one of you here on the NBL Network. I am OSU here with your doubleheader action, filling that season 32 Super Bowl. Cougs in the chat, who got the ball first? The Seahawks got the ball first. So Seahawks are in trouble if they can't get a touchdown here, because I don't know if the Lions look like they're going to give up anything today. Empty backfield for DeShone Kizer, who drops back pass on 1st and 10. Waiting way too long. Wow, oh wow, he's got to step up in the pocket as Ferguson overpowered the left tackle and got the sack. First one of the day for the Lions defense. It's a 6-yard loss. Going to bring up a 2nd and long. Shout out to Flylatory1 in the chat with the 5 bits. Appreciate everybody out there supporting the NBL Network. Yeah, Sub-Zero saying B was naked for some time. Yeah, we're seeing DeShone Kizer and owner MBM maybe locking in on one receiver a little too hard. The mesh route, that's one of the easiest routes to read. You look at those underneath routes, see if they're open, then look down the field. But he's locking in on something. It's not going well. 3 wide receivers out there for DeShone Kizer, who drops back pass on 2nd and 16. X is open. He finally hits the underneath route, but good coverage on the outside. And I think the Lions are doing what most people are going to try to do with DeShone Kizer at quarterback, force him to throw the ball downfield. We saw one deep throw from DeShone Kizer, and he missed that one pretty badly. And now on 3rd and 16, let's see if the Lions come out in man coverage here. We've seen 2 zones here to start this drive. Lions going to take a timeout to try to hit the ball back here with 1:41 to go. Motor in the chat saying great play by that corner. Absolutely. They're really recognizing that Kizer's having some trouble reading deeper down the field. But let's see if here on 3rd and 16, the Lions come out in man coverage. 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Bradford to the right of Kizer as he surveys this defense. Looks like he's audibling that hot route. Play action pass. It does look like man coverage. There's the out route. Oh, he missed it, but he's got wide down the field, and Kizer overthrew it. Oh boy, mistakes all over the place. What a miss there by Kizer. The out route was there. The man coverage was there. The post route was open. And another overthrow from DeShone Kizer. What a miss. As now Detroit's going to get the ball back with 1:33 to go. And this is where it is killer time. This is where the Lions like to step on the throat of their opponent, get a touchdown before the half, and then get the ball back. As this is a nice return up to the 30-35. Little juke move made him look silly. To the 50. Down short of the 45 to the 47-yard line. It's all falling apart. The bright lights of NBL Live, the bright lights of the NFC Championship game, they are too bright for the Seahawks team. Sub-Zero in the chat, the out routes were open. Eddie Marr saying, did choke Kizer. It is brutal out here for the Seahawks offense after such a great start to the game. 1st and 10. Rodgers dropping back to pass. Hey, why not? Harvey Beckham's over there. Throw it to him once again. Little spin move on Griffin, and he'll get up near the 20-yard line. Put him at the 20. 9 of 11 to start for Aaron Rodgers, and of those 9, I believe we're at 6 to Harvey Beckham at this point for 164 yards. He is a matchup nightmare here. 1:14 to go in the first half. Detroit looking to extend their lead, and at that point, folks, we're all just looking forward to the AFC Championship, how bad it has been for the Seahawks defense not being able to do anything against this passing attack. And really, they just keep trying to maybe put one guy on Harvey Beckham. And even on that play, you look at that play art down in the right-hand corner. That purple zone should have been up there and should have been on Harvey Beckham, but it just didn't get back in time. That little outside hook was perfectly timed, a little spin move, and you pick up a bunch of yards. First and 10 for the Detroit Lions. Two wide receivers over the left, one over the right. On first down, handoff to Le'Veon Bell over the left side, and Drakeford finally getting into the game. We talked about him in the pregame. Haven't really seen a whole lot of him. He brings down Le'Veon Bell for a 3-yard loss. Going to bring up a 2nd and 13 as we are down near the 1-minute mark, and now we're going to be under the 1-minute mark to go in the first half when they break this huddle. Motor, has HB18 ever been hurt? Yes. Yes, he has. He's tiny, so he does get hurt. Dooku123 saying, good evening, all. Sorry I'm late. Welcome, Dooku. Appreciate you tuning in. 2nd and 13. Looks like they set up a screen. Picked up beautifully by the user, Clark. And now Rodgers going to be forced to scramble out of the pocket. That's that 5.4 40 speed you've seen from Aaron Rodgers. Picking up 5 yards on the play. Going to bring up a 3rd and 8. Great read there on the defensive line on the slip screen to take that away from Aaron Rodgers. Now, with a 21-7 lead, 35 seconds and counting. Let's see if the Lions can find the end zone. 3rd and 8, bunch formation, 3 to the right. Harvey Beckham alone on the left side. He's got Wilson on his left hip on 3rd down. Hand it off to Wilson. Keep it conservative, but he may have the first down. Boy, if Wilson takes a little better angle, he might be inside the 5. Instead, he ran right into his own blocker. Still picks up the first down, and he has 2 touchdowns on the day. This Lions team is cruising right now. Duke is saying, for some reason, the Twitch app on my end has been acting up right when there's an NBL game, but tonight is the exception. There have been a lot of people saying at least Twitch Mobile has been horrendous. I can't tell you why. I wish I could. I don't know what's going on with the Twitch app, but they're having some issues. I wish we knew what it was, if we could fix it. There's that little wide receiver quick to Harvey Beckham, yes, but boy, the Seattle defense was ready for that one. Clock running. Detroit's going to have to hurry back to the line, 15 seconds and counting. They've got no timeouts remaining. See if they decide to spike it or try to run one more play. It looks like they're just going to spike the ball. Decadoc saying there were 30 players chosen before HB18 in that draft. It's our own fault letting him fall to Bomber. I believe it was Sonny and I on the call for that draft, and I think we all saw it was a major mistake the minute that it happened. We knew that was a problem, letting a guy like HB18 with the stats that he had, fall to a guy like Bomber and this offense. As the kick is up, it's good, 24-7 your score. And remember, folks, the Lions getting the ball to start the second half. Bomber in the chat, WTF with that spike. You know how much I love guys in-game talking in chat. But, get out of here, man. Get out of here. Get out of here. It's pet peeve. Disrespectful. Thanks, C-Star. Bomber, get out of chat. I appreciate that. Appreciate the defense. The sanctity of the game. As this one probably just going to be booted down inside the 15-yard line. Taking out the 13 by Bradford. He'll be taken down immediately. We'll get to halftime. 24-7 your score. Boy, oh boy, it has been bad since that first drive for the Seattle Seahawks. They scored 2 plays into the game, and that was the only positive you have seen from the side of the Seattle Seahawks. And now we get to the defense, and a defense that has done nothing but let Harvey Beckham eat them apart. See if the defense can do anything here in the second half. They're going to need some stops, some turnovers, some splash plays. Dugu123 saying, too bad my Steelers lost. Oh, well, maybe next year. Yeah, that's usually the case with Lip. They'll be back. They'll be back as we go to Madden 19. Doubleheader tonight, Dooku, as you can see in the title of the chat. Doubleheader action. We got the AFC Championship game coming up immediately following this one, Chiefs and Browns. See, the Browns can repeat as NBL Super Bowl champions here in Season 32. 1st and 10. Quick throw underneath. Ho-hum. Another throw from Aaron Rodgers right on the money. Another first down to the 41-yard line. Boy, I hate that play call. I like cover 2 invert, especially down inside the 20-yard line, but man, they're lucky that there wasn't any sort of like skinny post route. Well, the route that has been so good here in Madden 18 against the cover 2 invert, that skinny post route is gone. I don't like that play. This far away from your end zone. 1st and 10. The Seahawks showing man blitz. Let's see if the Lions decide to run into it. Nope, they're going to throw it. Blitz coming right up the middle, and finally they get to Aaron Rodgers as Bobby Wagner gets in the backfield and brings him down for a loss of 7 on the play. First sack of the day for the Seattle Seahawks defense, needing something to just give them a little bit of momentum. 2nd and 17, pistol formation for Aaron Rodgers. Le'Veon Bell in the backfield, 2 wide receivers. It's a play-action pass, waiting, looking. It's Rodgers rolling out to the right side. He's got some room. He's going to chuck this one over the middle. It's an overthrow, though, and Steeples picks it off, and he's got to figure out which way to run, but he's going to take this back near midfield to the 49-yard line. All right, good start to the half for the Seahawks defense as Aaron Rodgers finally makes a mistake, overthrows HB18. It's picked off by the safety, Steeples, and now can the Seattle offense do anything? Anything at all. 1st and 10, play action pass. It is Kizer. Rolling, waiting, rolling, looking. He just gets rid of it. He finds Holloway down inside the 20 to the 14-yard line. What a throw by Kizer. He had 2 easy reads that he overthrew in the first half, but as he's getting clobbered in the backfield, he puts one on the money. First and 10. It is DeShone Kizer, 2 wide receivers. He's got Bradford in the backfield. Going to be a toss play to Bradford over the right side. Can the blocking get out there? No, it cannot. Couldn't get out there. The fullback lumbers a little too much. I think it's going to be only a 1-yard gain. Going to bring up a 2nd and 9. Let's see if they continue to feed Derek Bradford, one of the best running backs here in the game. Second and 9, 3 wide receivers over to the left side, 1 over to the right. It's Bradford in the backfield. I don't know if I've really seen a whole lot of this formation. This is one of the more interesting ones I've seen. This one I have seen them. 2nd and 9, Kizer looks over to the left side. That was one of the worst reads all game as he was covered the entire way, and somehow he gets bailed out with a catch on 36. That one's picked every time for me, but he gets bailed out with a nice catch in tight coverage. And so far, the conservative rush of the Detroit Lions containing the pocket, DeShone Kizer is going to have to step up eventually because they've noticed that he likes to roll out. 3rd and 6, quick drop, quick throw into tight coverage again. This time it doesn't come up. Boy, another bad read. Again, this is what frustrates me. You know it's going to be covered. You're going to see Tampa 2 cover 2s inside the 10, 15-yard line. Slant routes are cool, but you got to read them effectively. You can't throw them as they hit the receiver. It's just brutal. But they do get a field goal and cut it back to a 14-point game. See if the defense can force another turnover. Again, the Lions and Bomber have had a propensity to maybe give up some turnovers, give up some leads late. We saw them blow a lead late against the Denver Broncos in the regular season. They maybe get a little too loose with the play calling. Let's see what happens here as they get the ball back. And we can see Aaron Rodgers make his first mistake of the game with that interception on the last drive. 24-10 your score here in Detroit. The NFC Championship game, AFC Championship game, immediately following this one, Chiefs and Browns here on the NBL Network. First and 10, dropping back is Rodgers, waiting, looking at deep down the field. Boy, another dangerous throw. But he makes the catch. Why not? Is that Cooper with the catch in front of the safety? The safety reacted late, and Cooper comes up with a 32-yard catch. What a play. A great set of tight ends here in Detroit. No euphemism there. Cooper and Kelsey, the 2Ks, making it happen offensively. On 1st and 10, handoff over the left side of Le'Veon Bell. He's got a first down and more up to the 31-yard line. So, after they got gifted a turnover on the last drive, we're seeing more of the same from the Seattle Seahawks defense. Just a lot of yards given up. A lot of yards. And they got to find a way to make some stops here. As the Lions, 2 plays, they're inside field goal range. First and 10 for the Detroit Lions. 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end. On first down, it's a handoff to Bell up the middle. He tries to break the tackle, but it's taken down at the 28-yard line. 7 carries, 33 yards for Bell, but Wilson has been the real nice running back for the Detroit Lions, especially inside the 10-yard line. He has 2 touchdowns. Speedy back outside, likes to run outside the right side of the offensive line. He's found the end zone twice. And again, folks, be sure to stay tuned. We will have, looks like probably a Subscriber giveaway coming up in the 4th quarter. Colonel Sanders 94, so generous giving out 1-month subscriptions. And right now, that enters you in for that Michael Jordan jersey during the EA Access tournament. That is right, folks. I'll put it up there once again. if you are a subscriber to the NBL Network, on August 2nd, you'll be entered into a giveaway only for subscribers. Your chance is much better to win that signed Michael Jordan USA jersey. Again, right here, you can hit that subscribe button. It is free. If you are a Twitch Prime member, you get one free subscription every 30 days, or it's $4.99 and you get a chance to win that Michael Jordan jersey. So be sure you tune in on August 2nd during our 12-hour stream, noon to midnight here on the NBL Network. On 3rd and 9, it's Aaron Rodgers dropping back. Seattle needing a stop on 3rd down. Looks over to the right side, has a man wide open. Why not? Did he get the feet in bounds? He did not! And that's a big, big break for the Seattle Seahawks as he was all sorts of open. Lions going to attempt a field goal from the 30-yard line. This one, a 47-yard attempt from the right hash mark. On 4th down, the kick is up. It is true. It is good. They extend their lead back to 27-10. A decent stop, but Seattle just giving up way too many yards. Way too many big plays down the field, and the Lions are basically just walking into field goal territory. Lucky break, indeed, for MBM, but at the same time, a minute 38 to go, you're down 3 scores to a Lions offense. You have only stopped for no points once, and that was with a bad throw by Aaron Rodgers. Now 1st and 10. For the Seattle Seahawks, 3 wide receivers over to the left side. Bradford to the right. Look for maybe a crossing. Yep, there, you saw the play art there. It's a play action. Great block. Kaiser throws it underneath. He finds Robinson, who breaks 1 tackle. He'll get up to the 36-yard line. Boy, what a job by Kaiser. Got clobbered again as he threw great man coverage by this Detroit secondary. They still pick up a 1st down, though, as Kinchin gets the tackle. Allen Robinson, huge catch for the Seattle Seahawks, but DeShone Kizer down with an injury. Now Russell Wilson into the game. At quarterback, bench for DeShone Kizer. 3 wide receivers bunched to the right side. Allen Robinson alone to the left side. It is Wilson dropping back. Little out route. Great route to get him in rhythm. Finding Allen Robinson. Wonder what that injury was. As it looks like Kizer bruised shoulder. We'll see if he comes back into the game. Timbo in the chat saying, don't think Seattle can afford for Detroit to score anymore. Yes, Russell the Love Muscle Wilson into the game at quarterback. 3 wide receivers once again, 2 to the right, 1 to the left side. Dropping back to pass on 1st and 10. Waiting. Way too long. The drop back just came too far. And now it looks like he's down. That is Russell Wilson down with the injury. Now we got some depth chart management. Hey, so while we got a second here in the 3rd quarter, I want to give a big shout out to our graphic sponsor, Web3KS.com. They do a ton of graphics for the NBL Network. You'll get a 15% discount if you need any graphics done. Hit up Web3KS.com and let them know NBL sent you. 15% off. It's a great deal. Big shout out to Web3KS.com. And again, don't forget to apply for our EA Access Tournament 365.MaddenBomberLeague.com. It is free to enter. We're giving away over $1,000 worth of prizes, including that signed Saquon Barkley helmet to 1st place. And, of course, that Michael Jordan jersey. As a subscriber-only giveaway, you don't have to be in the tournament to win that Michael Jordan jersey. 2nd and 22, handoff to Derek Bradford right up the middle. He gets up to the 48-yard line, up over 100 yards on the day, but 78 was on that 1st carry. Picks up a couple on that one to cut it back to a 3rd and 12. Now 3rd and 12. Waiting, looking, waiting. Throws over to the right side. He has Holloway with a diving catch at the 28-yard line. That is Jacoby Brissett into the game at quarterback. Wilson is down. Kizer is down. Brissett now going to try to lead this offense. Number 5 into the game. 1st and 10. 3 wide receivers over to the left side. 1 tight end as Brissett drops back. Quick throw to Bradford. He'll get up to the 23-yard line. Real quick throw. As it looks like Wilson will be okay with some cramps, so some bad luck on the injury front, but it looks like both quarterbacks will be okay. I think Wilson, though, seems to be the choice to stay in the game for the rest of this one. As we've reached the 4th quarter, this one looks like it may be sewn up, but we've seen some weird things here on NBL Live. 6 minutes to go, 27-10 your score. If it's your first time joining us here on NBL Live, first of all, welcome to the broadcast. Under NBL rules, you cannot kill the clock until under the 2-minute warning, so there's still plenty of time, but the Seattle offense hasn't done a whole lot. The defense has done probably less. As 27-10 your score, Detroit on top. Wilson pump fake on 2nd down, and he's going to go down. Another sack by this Lions defense. Christic getting in the backfield, bringing him down for a loss on the play. Going to bring up a 3rd and 9. Z-Star, how bad is the Kaiser injury? It was a shoulder, I think it was a bruised shoulder, but he decided to not bring him back in the game. Now, Russell Wilson in the shotgun. He drops back to pass. Looks like they set up a screen to Bradford Red the entire way. Boy, that one's too easy, and Seattle's going to be forced to settle. Maybe a field goal. They may try to go for it here on 4th down. I think they're going to kick the field goal, though, and cut it back to a 2. Nope, they're going for it. What do I know? Do whatever. Again, you can get one of these sweet
Welcome to the network,
EA Access
baby.
Tournament shirts. Big shout out to Colonel Sanders, the subscriber giveaway, Sub0644. Getting the gift subscription, you are entered to win that Michael Jordan signed jersey on August 2nd, 4th and 11th. Wilson, quick throw to the outside. It is Holloway who makes the catch, the 17-yard line. Again, EA Access Tournament shirts right here. 50% of proceeds going to our charity for the tournament. Operation Homefront doing great work for our military families around the country. 50% of proceeds for these shirts go to Operation Homefront. They're at 365.madonmarmalade.com under the EA Access Tournament link. As Wilson just got clobbered as he tried to get rid of that ball. Going to bring up a 2nd and 10. The offensive line of the Seattle Seahawks struggling to contain this pass rush of the Detroit Lions. Second and 10 for Wilson and the Seahawks. No Deshaun Kaiser, Russell Wilson into the game. Looks like they set up a little swing screen to Bradford. He's got some room on the outside. Inside the 10. He'll go out of bounds at the 6. Man, you're running back. Lower the shoulder, big fella. Come on. Yeah, great blocking on the perimeter indeed by the Seattle Seahawks, but they still need 6 yards. They're using a lot of clock here, and they're still down 3 scores. 2 tight ends, 1 wide receiver. That's Allen Robinson on the left side. And on 1st and goal. Oh, what a high pass to AR-15. Touchdown, Seahawks. Boy, what a throw by Russell Wilson. You don't see too many high passes that accurate as AR-15 skies up for that one. A big touchdown to cut this back to 2 scores. The kick is up and as good as a 10-point lead. But do the Seattle Seahawks defense, do they have enough in the tank to stop the Detroit Lions? Something they haven't done all day long. Wilson with the fair catch, and that is where we will see the Lions offense come back out on the field. Aaron Rodgers and the Lions offense up 10. But they don't really know how to be conservative. They like to air the ball out, but this rushing attack they've had this year with Le'Veon Bell and Wilson has been very, very good. Let's see what they decide to do here on 1st and 10. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers for Aaron Rodgers. He is under center. Man coming in motion. Will be the handoff. Nope, it's the PAFK. Quick. Oh, my Lord. Aaron Rodgers just got obliterated in the backfield. I didn't see if he got up on that one. There's an injury on the play. The camera didn't stay there long enough. What a hit on the outside. Boy, oh, boy. If that's an injury to Aaron Rodgers, that could be big. Nope, he's fine. Don't worry about it. Nah, it's fine. It's not a big deal. 2nd and 16. Play action pass for Rodgers. He's going to drop back to pass. Looking deep down the middle. Hey, who else but Harvey Beckham? He's got some room inside the 45 to 44-yard line. Folks, it's just not fair. It was Brayton, the left guard with Bruce Sternum. It's just 7 catches, 201 yards. He's the best running back in the NBL. You can't man him up. It is impossible to man up unless you've got somebody great on the outside, and they've got David Amerson, who is a guy who had David Amerson for a while. That is an old corner trying to match up a very quick halfback. Or halfback, no, sorry. HB18 doesn't mean halfback. It means Harvey Beckham in this game. 1st and 10 for the Detroit Lions. It's Aaron Rodgers dropping back. Blitz coming up the middle. Down goes Rodgers again. Boy, they're finally getting some pressure on him. Bringing a lot of blitzes. DeMarco Drakeford, his 2nd sack on the day. The overload blitz working there. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 14. Boy, the aggressors are all on. Let's see if the Lions recognize that and start maybe using that fake hike, because Seattle is trying to make something happen. Under 4 minutes to go, they're down 2 scores. Young Savage 49, can I play you? You are welcome to join the NBL. 365.madonmarmalade.com application tab. Now, on the new 365.madonmarmalade.com website, you can join the NBL. Apply now if you're interested in joining, because we will have a big influx as Madden 19 starts. 2nd and 14, Rodgers rolling out to the left side. He's got a man. It's so open. Sherman with the whiff. Big catch down to the 13-yard line. And I don't know if you guys can hear that. I've got headphones on, but I think I hear the fat lady singing at this point. First and 10 for the Lions. They're inside the 15-yard line at the 13. 2 wide receivers over to the left side. Rodgers under center. 2 tight ends. Toss play to Wilson over the right side. He's been so good on the edges today. Takes a big hit from Sanu, losing 1 on the play. But 5 carries, 34 yards, 2 of them for touchdowns, though. He has been their closer. Inside the red zone, don't forget, folks, we have another game coming up. AFC Championship game. It is the Chiefs and the Browns. It'll be coming up at the conclusion of this game. We'll also have our NBL Live player of the game here for the NFC Championship game, as it looks like the Lions are set to fill one spot of the NBL Season 32 Super Bowl. Second and 10. It's a handoff over the left side for Le'Veon Bell. He'll be taken out of the 14-yard line. Seattle using their first timeout. A field goal hold here. They do stay within 2 scores, but it's so tough in this game, especially against this Lions offense, to get enough stops. And with 2:44 to go, they're going to need some quick scores and maybe Jesus. They might need Jesus. I'm not sure. As the Lions looking to close this ball game out, but we have seen plenty of miracles here on the NBL Network. As Colonel Sanders 94 saying, I don't understand that timeout personally. They think they've got a chance. There looks like they're setting up the little cross screen. This is a Lions special. David Amerson taking him down. Oh my, is that going to be a face mask? Oh boy. Oh boy. That bothers me. It does. It's one of the things I'd love to see changed in Madden 19. I get you've got aggressive tackle on. I get you have aggressive strip ball on. The tackle animation was from the... There's no... I could see his hand. It was on the back of his helmet. There's no way that's a face mask. We'd love to see that change. First and goal. Lions looking to seal this one up. They're going to hand it off to Le'Veon Bell over the right side. Jones with the tackle at the 10. Clock is running, folks. And it looks like we're going to see the Lions going for their second title of this cycle. I believe they won in, I think it was season 20. I want to say season 27. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anybody out there, NBL historians out there. But on the other side, we've got the Browns looking to repeat. They won the season 31 Super Bowl, and the Kansas City Chiefs looking for their first one of the cycle in the AFC Championship game. Handoff to Le'Veon Bell over the left side, up past the 10, spins inside. He'll be taken down at the 3-yard line. Lions will hit the 2-minute warning. The Lions up 10, looking to seal this one. A valiant effort, no doubt, by the Seattle Seahawks team. They had a great season in the NFC West. A division that, one of the weaker ones in the NBL, as they finished at 13-3. The next best team was at 7-9. But they had some great games. 6-0 in the division, 10-2 in the NFC. Third and goal. Handoff to Le'Veon Bell. He'll be taken down at the 5-yard line. Seattle's going to take a timeout. They've still got a chance to hold him to a field goal, but that face mask really killed so much momentum. And more importantly, so much of the clock. But they're going to see if they can get a block here. Nope, that was just some odd user changes. Don't know what that was, but it's up and it's good. 30-17 your score. The Lions, of course, going 13-3 in the NFC North, just outlasting the Minnesota Vikings at 12-4. The Lions, of course, beating the New York Giants in the divisional round. And looking with a win here over the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks coming in, they took out the New Orleans Saints in the divisional round. They will finish just a game short of the NBL Season 32 Super Bowl, but an absolutely fantastic season for owner NBM and the Seattle Seahawks. First and 10. Shotgun formation. Russell Wilson dropping back on first down. Waiting, looking over to the left side. He's got Allen Robinson down to the 43-yard line. Only 111 yards through the air for. That's DeShone Kizer back into the game, by the way. It's been a little bit of a roller coaster, as they're going to say he's out of bounds. So the insult to injury, that one gets reviewed and overturned. Don't see that too often here in Madden 18, but it does. And so now it's going to be second and 10 for DeShone Kizer and the Seattle Seahawks. Back into the game after that bruised shoulder. 3 wide receivers, 2 over to the left, 1 to the right side. Play action pass for DeShone Kizer. Waiting, looking. He has a man underneath. It is Granville. He'll step out of bounds at the 38-yard line, picking up a first down. Switching over all the graphics for the AFC Championship game coming up immediately following this one. All right, we're all set. First and 10. Kaiser dropping back, waiting, looking. He has a man underneath. It's Allen Robinson, but boy, those 9-yard routes aren't going to do it fast enough. Minute 35 and counting. Colonel Sanders 94 saying the QB roulette wheel keeps spinning. This is the first conference championship game that had 3 quarterbacks play for one team. Probably, Tout. I'm not really sure if we've kept track of that one, but it wouldn't surprise me on second and 2. Boy, that seam route was open for a long time. He finds Holloway, though, down to the 25-yard line. Nice throw by Kaiser. They use their final timeout, so they are all in. Score and get the onside kick on this drive. We've seen things happen here in the NBL, folks. Game's not quite over yet. As Holloway, 6 catches, 118 yards. A very, very nice game for the young wide receiver. Now 3 wide receivers over the left side, 1 tight end. That is Granville standing on the right side of that formation. Derek Bradford, not a whole lot of action in this game. First and 10. Stepping up is Kaiser. Kaiser's going to take off. He's blocking downfield. And he fumbles the ball, and that's going to be your ball game. Boy, why take the hit there? Just slide down, young fella. Slide down as the Detroit Lions. The party has started here in Motown. Wow, wow, wow. The Lions will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl with a 30-17 victory over the Seattle Seahawks. Just not enough offense to keep up. Stick with us, folks. We got the AFC Championship game coming up right now here on NBL Live. Just snap the ball. Come on, Bomber. Just snap the ball. There you go, buddy. You can do it. Oh, let's not milk this for more than we need. As the Lions are going to look for their second Super Bowl of the cycle. What a game. What an interesting game. It looked like Seattle, such a great start with that early touchdown, but defensively they couldn't contain Harvey Beckham. They couldn't contain the rushing attack inside the 10-yard line. And that's basically your difference. The offense just stuttered like a nervous kid in a cold pool, just stuttering all day long. As we are now under 40 seconds to go, they'll take one more knee, and they will start partying in Motown as they will represent the NFC once again in the Super Bowl here in Season 30. Is he flipping the play? It is at this moment, folks, that I hate you. I hate you, Bomber. Just, I hate you. I see you in the chat. Stop flipping the play and take the knee. I want to see the 000s. Thanks, Bomber. Appreciate it. Appreciate everybody tuning in to NBL Live, broadcast 231 here on the NBL Network. Our NBL Super Bowl for Season 32 tomorrow night. Don't miss out. The Lions will be a part of it. We are about to find out who's going to be on the AFC side as 5 seconds and counting before it is official. The 000s now on the clock. The Lions, your NFC champions, and will represent the NFC in the Season 32 Super Bowl. It is now time for NBL Live Player of the Game for the NFC Championship game. Big shout out to Reckless Twitch now following here on the NBL Network. Boy, a lot of great choices. Wilson had a great game with 2 touchdowns on the ground, but at the end of the day, it was the Harvey Beckham show. 200 yards receiving on the day. Didn't find the end zone, but he had a fantastic ball game. He was the reason why the Seattle Seahawks were on their heels, and really, I think the big reason why Wilson was able to find the end zone twice. Harvey Beckham's going to be your player of the game here for NBL Live. Broadcast 231's NFC Championship game. What a game for HB18. We got one more game, folks. Don't go anywhere. AFC Championship game coming up right now. Bomber might be jumping on for this one. Who knows? We'll see. As we flip over, get a little pregame show going. AFC Championship game, the Cleveland Browns, the reigning, defending, undisputed Season 31 NBL Super Bowl champions, looking to go back-to-back here in Season 32. They're taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs didn't even win their division, but they have done great here in the playoffs, overcoming a very good team in the New York Jets in the divisional round. They're looking for their first Super Bowl title of the cycle. That's right, of the cycle. Hey, and a reminder, folks, as always, our pregame show brought to you by Web3Cast.com, the leaders in affordable graphic design. You get a 15% discount on your entire order if you mention the NBL. Web3Cast.com, the leaders in affordable graphic design. All right. Talked about this. You guys know all about this. If you are a subscriber to the NBL, during our 12-hour stream, during our EA Access tournament, you'll have a chance to win that Michael Jordan jersey. It's only for subscribers. Again, if you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime as well. It is free. You get one free subscription every 30 days to whatever channel you want. I recommend this one if you want the Michael Jordan jersey, or it's $4.99 a month to be a subscriber. August 2nd during the 12-hour stream, we'll give that away during this. Our second annual EA Access Tournament. Completely free to enter. We're nearing 200 applicants, so get your application in now. 365.maddenbomberleague.com. Under the EA Access Tournament tab, you can apply. It is free to enter. You just need an Xbox and EA Access. You can also get one of these sweet shirts. Coming in multiple colors. White, gray, black, red, and blue. They are 50% of the proceeds going to Operation Homefront, the charity we're doing this all for. You see their logo up in the upper right-hand corner. They do a ton of work for our military families with food assistance, financial assistance. They help with home repairs. They're a great charity. All proceeds we get during this tournament will be going to Operation Homefront, and 50% of the proceeds from these EA Access limited edition t-shirts, only sold till the end of the tournament, will go towards Operation Homefront. All right, let's check out some players to watch for this game between the Chiefs and the Browns. First, on the side of the Kansas City Chiefs, it is their quarterback, KCQB, as he is affectionately known around the NBL. A guy who's injured at the end of the season but has come back and is a huge part of this offense, James Strzelczyk. Quarterback rating of 109.8, 2,800 yards through the air, 21 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. Missed some time early, actually missed some time late with an injury, but has come back at the right time. They're going to need him today against the Cleveland Browns, a Cleveland Browns offense that is oh so good. It is an offense that thrives on big plays. And the Chiefs are a much more methodical offense. They're going to run the ball. They're going to use their passing game effectively and rely on their defense. That Draco defense in Kansas City is so big. But it'll be up to James Strzelczyk mostly to be that game manager, not turn the ball over, and maybe make a couple plays through the year. Find Tyreek Hill, still a speedster. Find Janty. He is a speedy wide receiver. The Browns are going to have to contain that one. One of the guys is going to be up to the task of containing a very good Kansas City wide receiver core is the safety Charles Searles. Charles Searles. Boy, that's going to be fun to say over and over. 38 tackles, 6 picks, 18 pass deflections as a safety. And that is where he is so good, folks. He is so good at closing down on wide receivers, batting the ball away, and making sure they can't make the catch. And those 6 interceptions are just a product of that. This guy is a ball-hawking safety. Look for him to really try to help over the top on these very speedy wide receivers of the Kansas City Chiefs. He's going to be the safety blanket for these corners. They like to put the corners in press coverage and make the safeties make a play over the top. So we have to Searles and Peppers on the other side to really be that defense over the top in case they get beat. And it's a non-zero possibility. We're going to see some big plays over the top, see how the Browns defense is going to be able to defend that. Let's take a look at our Bleacher Report predictions for today's game, the AFC Championship game, to see who gets to face the Detroit Lions in the NBL Super Bowl. A little less split down the middle on this one. Most going for the defending Super Bowl champions, the Cleveland Browns, who have been so good this year. Champions of the AFC North. They've got Bananas Fella, MBM, and Sclam all going the way of the Cleveland Browns. For the Kansas City Chiefs, it is Timbo and JY. Seeing if we can't get another different Super Bowl champion. If the Browns win this one, we will have our first repeat champion of this cycle. We've had 6 different owners win titles here in the NBL, here in Season 32. But the Kansas City Chiefs, not one of them. They could possibly do it. As we get to our prediction here for this AFC Championship game. I think this is going to be a close game. I've been so impressed with the Cleveland Browns this year. Owner Z-Star has really bucked the trend. A guy who was a long time referred to as hashtag not top 5. He's certainly a top 5 owner now here in the NBL. But I got to go with my heart in this one, folks. Big fan of Draco. Big fan of the Kansas City Chiefs. I think the Chiefs pull out a big win today. I think their defense sets the tone early, getting to Jameis Winston. I think offensively, James Strzelczyk being healthy is huge for them. I'm going with the Kansas City Chiefs in this one. I think it is a low-scoring affair compared to what I thought was going to happen in that NFC Championship game. I'm going to go 20-14. The Kansas City Chiefs come out with a win in this one over the Cleveland Browns and set up a chance for not only not only a new owner winning a title to try to go 7 for 7 in this year against the Detroit Lions, but also a rematch of former NFC North rivals. Draco, of course, the owner of the Chicago Bears last cycle. I like the Chiefs in this one, 20-14, but look out for this Cleveland Browns team. Entrant saying Browns in a blowout. Should be a great game, folks. Let's get right down to it. Let's fill our NBL Season 32 Super Bowl. Coming up next, it is a battle between two teams looking for the right to face off against the commish and one of the best owners in the NBL, Bomber. It is the reigning Super Bowl champion Cleveland Browns taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. It's coming up right now here on NBL Live.
I just want to say, hey, man, this is T.O., the cover athlete of the Madden 19 Hall of Fame edition, and you're watching the gold standard of the franchise mode, the NBL Network. Holla.
Empty backfield for Atkins. He's going to be dropping back to pass here on 4th down. He's looking deep over the middle. He has a man. It's Brandon Cooks who catches it, makes a man miss.
Oh, that's
Woodard is dropping back. He's got open over the middle.
Wow. That big playmaker ability as he finds him again.
Into the end zone. Another touchdown. Game 2 of Conference Championship Weekend here in the NBL is underway. It is the Kansas City Chiefs, 10-6 in the regular season out of the AFC West, taking on the 14-2 champions of the AFC North, the Cleveland Browns, the defending Season 31 NBL Super Bowl champions. Thanks so much for tuning in with us, folks. I'm OSU. I'm hanging out with my man OSU on production. It's OSU. Man of many hats here on the NBL Network. What a game! NBL Live Broadcast 231, filling in for filling in that final spot for the Season 32 Super Bowl, which will be tomorrow night, Tuesday night. I believe it's 9 o'clock Eastern Time here on the NBL Network. Don't miss out on that one. It's going to be the Cleveland Browns starting on offense first. We can see this Browns offense in the throwback unis, those small white numbers. Small like owner Z-Star. He is only 4'1". That's right, folks. He is just about big enough you can put in your pocket. They can get the ball to start this AFC Championship game. First and 10 for the Cleveland Browns. 3 wide receivers, 2 over the left, 1 over the right side. David Njoku, the tight end on the right side, as well as this a quick throw underneath to Reeves. He cannot hold on to it. It is an early big play from the Kansas City defense. This is a hard-hitting Draco defense. And joining us now here on the NBL Network, champion owner of the NFC, it is Bomber, the commish himself. Bomber, congratulations on your win. Tough game. That Seattle Seahawks team is no team to overlook. That is a team that can really put up a challenge against any of the teams here in the NBL.
A very tough team, and it was a very tough task trying to knock them out. But I'm more excited about this AFC Championship. Who's going to come up big tonight? And we're going to see if old Joey Watson can go 2 for 2 as he's on a quest to do something a quarterback has never done in the NBL. That's win back-to-back Super Bowls in his first 2 seasons in the Madden Bomber League. So we might be watching greatness right now. I mean, we say witness greatness. This might be a slogan here for old Joey Watson.
The young quarterback. Wait, was he a rookie last year? Is that right?
Yes.
He's only
Welcome
2
to the
years
network,
old.
baby.
Big shout out to Deca Dog gifting the sub to Ric Flair. Appreciate everybody who is a sub. You're all entered for that Michael Jordan USA jersey during our 12-hour stream on August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Who else but the big tight end David Njoku? Little seam up the middle, and that is a route Bomber they are going to look for all game long. Njoku has good hands and a great size at tight end. He is so good at boxing out those safeties and making the big catch.
Yeah, and he's very good at possession catching. We see that a lot with this team. Possession catch, possession catch. They're going to do that over the middle of the field. They try to make sure that they catch the ball and get down to avoid those big hits, especially from them big boomers in the secondary. Here in Kansas City, they have a great defensive line, a great secondary core. This is going to be an interesting game.
1st and 10. Shotgun formation for Joe Watson. 3 wide receivers, true to left, 1 over the right side as Watson drops back on 1st and 10. Waiting. Boy, he's got a lot of time. He's going to take off, sliding down to the 41-yard line. I think he had the C route open on the left side, but he was locked in somewhere else. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 6. Nice shot by Watson to get out of the pocket.
Yeah, it was. He ended up running into his own guy, but I'm sure he'll take that a 6-yard gain. There's a nice opening drive here, 1 minute and 15 seconds into this game. You're seeing the Cleveland Browns just look comfortable. They're not really getting much pressure from Kansas City. They're at home. Everything seems nice. They've been in this position before, but this time they got home field advantage while they do it, and they just seem a lot more poised.
Now 2nd and 6 is Watson dropping back to pass. Looks underneath. He finds Corey Coleman. Big hit! But he holds on to the ball, but they might have lost. It's Corey Coleman as he got absolutely obliterated over the middle of the field. His 2nd catch of the day, Bomber. Coleman, one of those short-handed veterans that Joe Watson has looked to throughout the season. If he is hurt for an extended period of time, that could be a big loss.
You look at Corey Coleman in these 14-2 Browns, and you see just a superstar in the making. I mean, he had 61 catches, over 1,000 yards, led this team in catches and in yards, and added 6 touchdowns as well at the wide receiver position.
1st and 10, 3 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 1 over the right side for Joe Watson. Under center, he'll drop back to pass once again on 1st and 10. Waiting, looking. Looks over the middle for Njoku in tight coverage. Comes up with a catch. Takes a big hit. But boy, this Kansas City defense, this defensive line is really flustered right now, Bomber. They're not getting any pressure on Joe Watson.
If they're going to lean on the Chief, David Njoku, they're going to do it early, and they're going to do it often, very early in the game. He had 49 catches this season for 841 yards, and he's done that the last 4 seasons. He's had that stat line or slightly better. He is Mr. Consistency for this Cleveland Browns offense.
3 wide receivers once again. Watson rolling out to the right side. He has a man all sorts open. It is Sharp who's going to walk into the end zone. Touchdown Browns, a picture-perfect opening drive for Joe Watson and the Browns here at home as they walk down the field, and Joe Watson finding Sharp over the middle. This Kansas City defense couldn't find any way to stop Watson in the passing attack. 7 plays, 72 yards, and the Cleveland Browns are up 7-0.
And that's just too easy. I mean, right now, if you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan, you got to think we prided ourselves on being a top 10 defense in the NBL. We've heard of the Draco defense. They're kind of on a miracle run right now, but they're just dominated by the ability to play defense. That's what dominates and drives this defensive team. And right now, that drive just was not a factor at all. I mean, they just did not look good on that drive. And I'd be a little concerned right now if I'm Kansas City. They got a top 4 defense. They're top 5 in passing, top 5 in rushing defensively. And they just allow the Browns to walk down the field and score. This isn't looking good.
But as we saw in that NFC Championship game, what happens on the first drive doesn't necessarily indicate what's going to happen late in the game. We saw the Seahawks score 2 plays into the game, and that was about all the offense they could muster against the Lions. We'll see if the same is the case against the defending Super Bowl champions, the Cleveland Browns. But first, we get to see this Kansas City offense come back out onto the field with their quarterback, James Strzelczyk. Out for a couple of weeks at the end of the season. They survived, they advanced, and they're here in the AFC Championship game. As Strzelczyk's under center, it's going to be handoff on 1st and 10 over the right side. A little spin move for Jalen Valentine, but only going to pick up 1 on the play. Going to bring up 2nd and 9.
You look at this Kansas City team, and you just wonder how they even got here. I mean, they lost Strzelczyk. They've been playing with Brendan Doughty, who isn't that good. He's spotty at best at the quarterback position. But yet, Spotty Doughty, but yet here they are. The Kansas City Chiefs have found a way, and they're kind of the team that everybody's kind of rooting for to pull this upset and maybe win themselves their first championship.
2nd and 9, McIntyre going to motion from the right to the left. Not Trey McIntyre, don't worry. Handoff up the middle for Valentine, trying to get to the second level. He'll pick up a nice 5 yards on that play. Going to cut it back to a 3rd and 4. Great job getting that to a 3rd and manageable.
Absolutely. When you're thinking about Kansas City on offense, you really think Strzelczyk, Chiefs quarterback, he can get it done, but the halfback is really the ground and pound for this team. If they can just continue to pick up first downs, they're going to be all right on this drive.
Now 3rd and 4 for the Kansas City Chiefs. 3 wide receivers, 2 over to the right, 1 over to the left side. It is Strzelczyk under center. He's got 1 tight end also on the right side of that formation. He drops back on 3rd and 4. Waiting. Oh, he waited too long. He's going to be taken down. Big sack. Who else but Myles Garrett and Bomber, this Cleveland Browns defensive line. It is one of the best in the NBL, led by Myles Garrett, a sure sack machine on the outside.
Yeah, sack machine is probably just being, just kind of showing what he can actually do. I mean, this is a guy that pretty much dominates year in and year out in the NBL, and right now on third down, that's when he likes to eat.
Well, and they're going to get a nice return. Look at him breaking tackles all the way up to the 42-yard line. So, Bomber, on a scale of 1 to 10, this start for the Kansas City Chiefs, this has got to be below a 5. Their defense couldn't get a stop on the first drive. Offense gets absolutely stagnant in the middle of the field, and then their special teams gives up a big punt return.
Yeah, it's the master of panic time right now. I definitely think it's around a 1 or a 2 because I'm really concerned right now for the Kansas City Chiefs, and they're in bigger trouble now. But they looks like they're going to get –
down
Joe Watson?
Yep, that's Watson holding his back.
Oh, wow.
The PAF get quick.
Come. Oh, my gosh.
The PAF get quick, Bomber. I think one of the only guys in the NBL who still uses it every game is owner Z-Star. And good scouting by the Kansas City Chiefs. They brought the pressure. That's a big loss. Joe Watson's been great for the Browns all season long.
Yeah, you start wondering how the offense is going to move, but they were a ground and pound team before. They have Jared Goff backing up Joe Watson right now. He had a 158.3 QBR, only on 11 attempts, but still nothing but perfection as he starts off the game here for the Cleveland Browns.
Yep.
Oh, that's a little bad.
Robos18 now following here on Twitch. Appreciate the follow, my man. As, well, hey, how's that 158 quarterback rating going with that throw? That one I can make. I can do that. Pay me for that ball.
Oh, you can throw it straight to the dirt on your first attempt?
I'm really good at that.
That's talent right there. That's talent right there. That's a plug-and-play quarterback. He's not a system quarterback.
No. By any team, 32 teams out there, I will throw the ball into the ground for whoever wants me. 3rd and 16. Empty backfield for Jared Goff. Dropping back to pass. Waiting to hear on Joe Watson's injury. Goff stepping up in the pocket. He looks underneath. It is complete to Coleman inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. As we find out, Joe Watson will not be able to return to the game. Bruised sternum, so it's going to be up to Jared Goff to try to lead the Cleveland Browns to back-to-back Super Bowls. They're going to attempt a field goal here from the 39-yard line. This one, a 56-yard attempt from the left hash mark. The kick is up. Doesn't have enough leg. It is golden right down the middle. 10-0 your score.
Yeah, that's a good kick right there, right down the pike. Puts them up 10-0. But I have a feeling that if they would have kept Joe Watson in the game and he didn't go down, that might have been a drive in which they put 6 on the board. It just seemed like that's kind of a win for Kansas City. A bad punt return defense there for Kansas City. They allowed them to get into field goal range. Then just to hold them to 3, that's the kind of stops that this Kansas City defense prides itself on, holding teams to 3. So while they might be down 10-0 right now, everything hasn't looked too great. I give them a 1-2 rating. I actually got to say now, maybe if Kansas City can get some offense going, it might assert themselves back into this game.
Well, we saw a very conservative drive early, 2 handoffs, trying to establish that run game with Valentine, then a throw that just was not on target. Now we'll see if Kansas City decides to stick with that run game, get Valentine going, or let James Straseljic throw the ball to these speedy wide receivers. 1st and 10, 2 tight ends on the left side of that formation. Tyreek Hill out to the left, Janty out to the right. On 1st and 10, it's going to be a handoff. Cut right up the middle. Valentine, big hole. He's got a 1st down up to the 37-yard line. Bomber, if the offensive line of the Kansas City Chiefs continues to give Valentine holes like that, it's going to be a long day for the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, you can't give up too many holes, allowing him to break back up the middle. Valentine, he's a guy I liked early in this season. He didn't do too much work here for the Kansas City Chiefs in NBL Season 32. He played off injury a lot. He did have 147 carries for 587 yards, 9 touchdowns. But when he looks good, he looks really good for the Kansas City Chiefs. 1st
and 10, handoff over the left side. Well, no hole there. He's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage at the 36-yard line. Loss of 2 to play. Going to bring up a 2nd and 12. Bomber, what are the Kansas City Chiefs looking for out of James Straseljic today? Are they looking for more of a game manager, or are they going to be looking for a guy that needs to make some plays?
He's got to make plays. I mean, a little bit of both. In times where they need to manage the ball and not turn the ball over when they're in the field goal range area, you want to always come away with 3. But in this situation, he needs to drive the ball down the field and make plays.
And Straseljic dropping back on 2nd and 12. Looking underneath, it is complete. Ball's out. Oh, it's recovered, though, by one of the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh, lucky on that one. They're not going to pick up a whole lot on that play. That fumble actually only nets them a yard. It's going to be up a 3rd and 11. A quick throw underneath. A safe throw. Looked like a safe throw, Bomber. Almost turned into disaster.
Yeah, you went underneath. The user, you saw him drop back against that dig route, played it perfectly. He took underneath, and, man, it just almost backfired on them. Let's see what they can do on 3rd and 11, see if they can pick this up.
And Straseljic dropping back on 3rd and 11. 3-man rush from the Cleveland Browns. Straseljic, nobody open. Straseljic's going to go down once again. Boy, you just can't sit in the pocket that long against this defensive line with Myles Garrett. 2nd sack. 2nd one on a deep drop back by Straseljic. Bomber. It is bad news for the Kansas City Chiefs if they see their #1 quarterback just sitting back there 6-7 seconds every drive.
Yeah, we like to call that being dead in the pocket. You cannot be dead in the pocket because you lose your angles on the wide receivers that are already pushing 15 to 20 yards down the field. You got to continue to move out of the pocket and just change the angles and put different types of pressure on the defense by exploiting different angles outside of the pocket. Right there, you just stayed in the pocket way too long. You're absolutely right on that, OSU.
Now a 1st and 10 for the Browns offense coming back out. No Joe Watson out on that first drive with that bruised sternum. It's going to be Jared Goff leading the offense. He's going to come out in the pistol formation, punch formation, 3 to the left side. Coleman in the backfield. You got to think this is a run over to the left side. You saw that flip there, and a nice job there by the Kansas City defense, bringing down Tevin Coleman for no gain on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10, 3rd and 10. The Kansas City Chiefs live and thrive defensively when they can get their teams into situations like this. The only problem is Cleveland Browns are just very good at digging themselves a hole and then just climbing right out of it, as we've seen them do it multiple times. So I wouldn't be surprised if they just say, hey, 2nd and 10, this is easy, watch us pick this up.
2nd and 10, Goff's under center. It's going to be a handoff over the right side. Tevin Coleman, he's got some room on the right side. He's got that first down. Just past the 40-yard line to the 42, so they ran it on 1st down. Nice stop by Kansas City. They go, hey, we'll give Tevin another chance to get this carry, and he picks up 12 on the play. Not a great job up front by the Kansas City Chiefs. This defensive line bomber is getting torn up.
Absolutely, and I hate to say this, but as my man 50 Cent said, I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. This team is just so explosive. A 2nd and 10 really means nothing to this offense.
Nice tackle there on 1st down, only a 1-yard gain. Going to take us to the end of the first quarter. Your score 10-0. Cleveland on top and with the ball. Kansas City needing their defense to step up big. And Bomber, the matchup I'm going to continue to watch in this game is this Browns offensive line against the defensive line of the Kansas City Chiefs. The defensive line may be their weak spot on Kansas City's side, and so far they haven't been able to get pressure on either of the quarterbacks for the Cleveland Browns. And in the run game, they've had a couple stops, but it's been broken up by a couple big gains.
Yeah, absolutely. You hit the nail on the head with that one. Let's see if Kansas City can start getting some more pressure, and hopefully that equates into some kind of turnovers. But just a little too jumpy on the defensive line to start this game.
Mistake.
And then when they're not jumpy, they're not getting any pressure. So it's kind of a lose-lose here for Kansas City.
Well, they had a nice stop on 1st down, keep it at a 2nd and 9. Now it's a 2nd and 4. Opens up the playbook for the Cleveland Browns. They're going to come out same formation. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. Tevin Coleman in the backfield for Jared Goff under center. He's going to drop back to pass on 2nd and 4. Waiting. He's got some room. He's going to take off. He's going to slide down near the 1st down marker. Don't know where they're going to mark him. They're going to give him the 1st down. I don't know if I would have done that. That ball seemed pretty far behind him as he slid to the ground. But once again, the Kansas City defensive line just not able to get any pressure on Jared Goff.
Yeah, I'm confused on the forward progress it seems they gave him when he gave himself up there on the defensive slide, the offensive slide with the quarterback. That really is head-scratching there for me. Maybe a little home cooking.
1st and 10, blitz coming up the middle. It's a quick throw to Corey Coleman. He makes the catch, the 36-yard line. And boy, Bomber, is this really the Draco defense? Are we 100% sure the Draco defense is here?
And I said earlier about Cleveland just possession catching it. Now they're not because the heat's coming, and they're holding on to the ball. So this offense, man, I just think they're really good. For a Draco defense to come in here and look like this, I don't know if it's much on the Draco defense and their scheme. I think it's more of a positive on the Cleveland Browns offense and how great they are.
A-Rod 5040 in the chat saying, what up, brother? I am new. Welcome, A-Rod, to the NBL Conference Championship Edition. As finally the Chiefs defensive line gets to Jared Goff. They collapse on top of him. It's a sack for 6 yards. Going to bring up a 2nd and long. Bomber, they still have a chance to convert this. We know how good the Browns offense is, but finally maybe a little bit of momentum for this Kansas City defense.
Yeah, they can't give up a touchdown here. I think a touchdown here going down 17-0 would just be too much. So they're starting to send a little bit more heat. The defensive coordinator is starting to pick up on some things that the Cleveland Browns offense is doing, and they're using that to their advantage. And this is how the Draco defense adapts and overcomes throughout a game.
On 2nd and 16, looks like they're setting up that big screen to Demanch over the right side. Let's see if the Kansas City defense recognizes it. It's a quick throw to the outside. Demanch catches it. He's got some room. Boy, really bad angles as A-Rod 5040 now following here on Twitch. Really bad angle, Bomber. That is a play that needs to be made.
Yeah, and once again, they find themselves in a 2nd and long and just pick up the 1st down. Even as the field gets shorter, once you get inside of that 40, I like to say on bonus coverage, that's kind of the red zone plus. It's an area in which everything gets more compact, and that's where you see the vast amount of turnovers, but it just does not affect the Cleveland Browns.
On 1st and 10, handoff Tevin Coleman over the left side. Nice job there from the Kansas City Chiefs. And Bomber, if you're Draco and the Kansas City Chiefs, you're checking off on your list. PAFK quick, check mark. You've seen the orbit bubble screen, check mark. You're marking off all these sort of staples of the Browns offense, some of these gadget plays to the outside, and you're going to start to maybe recognize what is going on and force Jared Goff to make some reads over the middle of the field.
Yeah, but here's the issue. By the time they've checked off all those plays, it might be 17-0, and it just might be too late at that point for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Second 11, 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers for Jared Goff as he drops back. Looking to the flat. Oh boy, Bartu almost caught it. I thought it was going to be picked. I don't really know what happened there. There was just a big meeting of bodies over on the left side. It falls to the ground, incomplete. Going to bring up a 3rd and 11. Nice job there by the Kansas City defense jumping that flat route.
Talk about great defensive awareness right there on the left side of the field. You see him playing the hard flat. He runs with the post just a little bit. Jam, jam, jam. Just for about 5 yards, then releases and jumps the flat. Almost finds himself an interception.
3rd and 11, 3 wide receivers out there. Play action pass for Jared Goff. Steps up in the pocket. Waiting, looking, has a man underneath. It's Corey Coleman. Does he get, I think they gave him the first down there. And once again, boy, what is the Kansas City defense doing, though? They had a couple opportunities to bring down Corey Coleman. He got that 3 yards short of the line, and yet we saw 2 Kansas City Chiefs run into each other, and one make the tackle and push him over the line.
And here's another cause for concern, the usering on the Kansas City side. Where
Horrible.
That pass was made is exactly where he should have been usering on that play that he selected.
1st and 10, Joker coming in motion. Into the backfield on 1st down. It's a play action pass. Goff dropping back on 1st and 10. Waiting, looks, finds Bartu, possession catch at the 3-yard line. And this Kansas City defense looking like the Oakland Raiders defense out there. Not very good early in this game, Bomber. And if Cleveland gets a touchdown here, we might already be sticking a fork in the season that is the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, they're going to need some big plays, and they're going to need them quick, and that's just not the forte. Shout out to Matt Forte. That's just not the forte here for the Kansas City Chiefs. It's not to score quick and in a hurry. They're methodical. They work their way down the field, and they put points on the board, but they're not going to put a ton of points on the board. So if Cleveland can jump on them and put one more touchdown in, oh, it's going to be a long, long climb for the Kansas City Chiefs.
And it's a huge drive because, again, if the Kansas City Chiefs can hold them to a field goal, keep it a 2-score game, maybe get a touchdown on their next drive, it's a different ballgame than being down 17-0 early in this game. Shotgun formation. Jared Goff from the shotgun, 3 wide receivers. Tevin Coleman to his right. Looks like it's going to be a drop play right up the middle. And, again, boy, these Cleveland Browns, as King Bama now following here on Twitch. Appreciate the follow, my friend. That we've seen a couple times now, Bomber. These Kansas City defenders get the tackle maybe 3 yards upfield, but the Browns doing such a great job of falling forward and getting extra yards.
Yeah, they are, and then they find themselves in predicaments like this, 3rd and goal from the 2. This is going to be a walking touchdown. I'm calling it now. This is where the Browns are at their best.
Toss play to Tevin Coleman. Oh, little shoestring tackle. What a play. Oh, Jones gets in the backfield and brings down Coleman at the toss. Wow, wow, wow. As Timbo's saying, why is the draw snap never clean? That's a good question. That's a very good question. I think it is built into to make the handoff a little slower, to make it seem more.
It's not
natural.
An actual draw.
Right.
It's not an actual draw at the. It's a way to get a draw. It seems like to program a draw without the quarterback actually holding on to the ball and delaying it. So you make it a bad snap, then it delays into a draw feel. But yeah, definitely, that's a good eye there for Timbo.
Oh, some room on the left side. He's got a nice return. Oh, Goodson with the shoestring tackle, the 46. He might have been gone without that one. 2:10 to go, Bomber. The Kansas City Chiefs offense has been, well, in the locker room, I think mostly. They have not been able to get anything going. They need a score here bad.
Absolutely, they needed that kick return right there. If they would have got to the house on that, okay, 13-7. We're back in it. Can we get a stop before the half, and then we get the ball to start the second half? Now we're talking. But if they can come down here and score right before the end of the half, there's some hope here, OSU, because they do get the ball to start this game.
Strzelczyk in the shotgun formation. He's going to hand the ball off to Valentine over the left side, try to find some room. He has some room. He's to the 40. He keeps outside to the 30, to the 25, to the 20. One man to beat, and Jabril Peppers makes the tackle at the 18-yard line. Valentine needs to make that man miss, but that's a nice run for Valentine all the way up inside the red zone.
Yeah, you're looking for a big-time spark or a big play. Patriots halfback sweep. Don't mind if I do, as Valentine takes it to the house almost to the 18. I mean, it's close to the house. The Kansas City house
the driveway
is when you get into field goal range. That's what they consider the house over there. Now, if they get in the end zone, that's like getting in the fridge. They're eating.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm in. Let's see if they can get into the fridge. They've got 3 wide receivers, 2 to the right, 1 to the left, 1 tight end on the right side of that formation. Shotgun formation for James Strzelczyk. Valentine to his left. He drops back pass on 1st and 10. Waiting, lobs it up to the back of the end zone. I think he recognized that one just a little too late. He was beat the entire way, Bomber. And by the time he recognized it, there wasn't a whole lot of room in the back of the end zone. Strzelczyk has only thrown the ball 2 times in this game. He's been sacked twice.
I think that was that throw where you throw it and you're just like, I'm not so sure about this. He's kind of open, but I'm really late. But that's all I got at this point, and he just released it. Looked like he had a little hesitancy in the pass.
Browns in the cover 3 Mabel. 2nd and 10. Waiting, looking. Has a man complete. Yeah, Bomber, I think if there was one thing like I could say you were consistently against, it would be fake people and cover 3 Mabel.
In that order, probably, as well.
Yeah, it's close, though. Cover 3 Mabel might make the top of the list by the end of this game. 1st and goal. Valentine in the backfield, forced Strzelczyk, 2 wide receivers. Minute 31 and counting in the first half. Changing up the play as he surveys the Cleveland Browns heavy box. Dropping back to pass to Strzelczyk. He waits. He rolls to the right side. There are a lot of Browns over there. He chucks it as hard as he can at the wall. He had that one of those drag routes as he got past the user in the middle was all sorts of open, but Strzelczyk has already rolled out to the right side.
Yeah, someone give Equipment Guru a call because Strzelczyk might need a throw power upgrade. That was a dot rifle out of bounds. If he was aiming for the ground 10 yards in front of him with fierce power behind it, he accomplished just that on 1st and goal.
2nd and goal, shotgun formation for James Strzelczyk. 2 in the backfield, 3 wide receivers, 2 over the right, 1 to the left side. That's Tyreek Hill. Haven't called his name yet today. 13-10. Cleveland on top. Minute 21 to go in the first half. Tight end going in motion. Hand off to Valentine. He cuts up the middle, but nothing doing there. And when you see that motion, about 9 times out of 10, it's a handoff to Valentine. They're not throwing that screen to the tight end. Because now it's 3rd and goal. Kansas City's in trouble.
Derp in the chat, owner of Came From Nothing Clothing, a sponsor of the NBL. He says shoulder tear on the throwaway. So you throw the ball away with that kind of heat, and you can tear your shoulder. You see what he did there, OSU?
I did. I picked it up.
Injury in the game.
I picked it up. I picked up what he was laying down. 3rd and goal. Shotgun formation for Strzelczyk. 3 wide receivers. He's going to drop back to pass on 3rd down. Waiting. Does he take off? Does he just take off? Does he just go for it? Does he fight through the tackle? Yes, he does. 4 yards. He may have a long name, but he finds the end zone. James Strzelczyk finally. Bomber finally finding the end zone. They get the Kansas City Chiefs on the board. It wasn't a pretty drive. It wasn't even a pretty touchdown, but it did the job as it's back to a 13-7 game.
Dear Mist in the chat saying, what up? What's going on? Yeah, that was one of those runs. If I'm a Kansas City fan, I'm literally yelling at the TV screen saying, run, go, take off, go. And then as he's running so late, I'm going, no, get down, don't get hit. He stays up and he gets in the end zone. So Strzelczyk, and we're back to it.
Kansas City QB.
Kansas City quarterback still just seems a little bit late in his decision-making, and maybe the nerves of being in this AFC Championship game for the first time is kind of getting to him.
Well, let's see if the Draco defense can finally start looking like the Draco defense. Here on 1st and 10, 4 wide receivers out there for Jared Goff as he drops back to pass. Rush up the middle. Down goes Goff. There it is. Jones is shed up the middle in a big sack for the Chiefs defense as they bring down Jared Goff for a 6-yard loss.
Yeah, and here's the issue. Kansas City is going to be getting the ball to start the second half, correct? Or am I wrong about that?
No, it is Cleveland gets the ball to start the second half. Kansas City
okay.
the ball to
well,
start.
Kansas City's in a little bit more trouble here. They need their defense to step up big here. I thought maybe a 2-for-1 opportunity if they get a big play defensively. Still an opportunity here for Kansas City, though.
I don't know. I'm losing my mind. Second game in, I start to lose my mind. Oh, what a play on the defensive line. Big bat down. Somebody correct me in the chat. Kansas City might be getting the ball. I don't know. That feels like the start of this game was a long time ago. I'm not really sure, but 13-7's your score. Minutes go, boy, Bomber. Kansas City gets a stop here. They might have an opportunity to take the lead before the half.
Yeah, absolutely. Kansas City, let's see what it says. Chiefs got to make a statement here. No one's talking about that. Yeah, 3rd and 16, but this is where the Browns are really good. They're really good at finding a way here, and let's see if they can do it.
3rd and 6.
Unnecessary. Just unnecessary to even have that on right now.
Why? Just why? Why? Well, cut it from a 3rd and 16 to a 3rd and 11. Now I'm trying to think. I actually think the Chiefs might be getting the ball to start. I think it was.
I thought the Browns went on a drive to start the game, picked up all those 3rd downs.
You're right.
So this is a big play. The Browns don't want to turn the ball over here. This could really go against them. And once again, they kept it on. Why? The game within the game right here for the Kansas City Chiefs. They're really just banking on it. They got to do something. They realize they're not as talented. They don't feel they're as good as a team, so they have to find other ways to make up that difference. And they're flipping that aggressive on, trying to see what can happen here.
Draco, more like Drock choke here. 10 yards, giving up on back-to-back offsides. Now it's a 3rd and 6. Boy, it looked like Kansas City had a chance, and then, well, then the aggressive gets going. No fake hike we saw there from Jared Goff, as it's a deep throw on the right side. Coleman with the catch. They pick up the first down. Cleveland uses a timeout, and boy, Bomber, it just feels like the whole game shifted with those 2 boneheaded penalties.
Shout out to Corey Coleman and this wide receiver core for the Cleveland Browns. They're hanging on to everything right now here in this AFC Championship game. Their catching traffic has been phenomenal. This team is just really looking stout offensively, especially when they find themselves in 3rd and longs.
Now, 1st and 10, 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end standing on the right side in the slot. That's David Njoku. Look for him here on 1st and 10. Or look for an out route here on 1st and 10. Because it's an out route. It's Corey Coleman. It's another catch. And down to the 39-yard line. Clock running. They're going to hurry back to the line. Jared Goff. Boy, it seemed like the Chiefs were in great position with a sack, just a couple great plays, and then just the aggressive pass rush just gets him. Blitz coming around the outside. Quick throw to the flat as Coleman out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Clock stops 35 seconds. Going to bring him a 2nd and 1.
Yeah, what you saw was play action deep comebacks. He pretty much just changed it to play action deep outs. Is what they did on the last play. They hot routed to the outside. So just an easy read. He had a post off of play action and an out route. Decided to go with the out route because when in doubt, out route.
Yep.
The Cleveland Browns are cooking right now.
4-man rush from the Kansas City Chiefs. Goff stepping up. Goff just shaking off a tackler. Come on, big fella. You're on the defensive line. You've got to bring down Jared Goff on that play. Instead, he picks up the first down as they hurry back to the line. 21 seconds and counting. 13-7 your score. Cleveland, 1 timeout remaining. Down under 17 seconds. Goff takes the snap. 4-man rush once again from the Chiefs. And that one, lucky there wasn't a Kansas City Chief in the area. It's going to be an incomplete pass. Going to bring up a 2nd and 10.
So is the quarterback done? Is Joey Watson done for the day? I didn't see it come up. Is he not coming back?
Bruce Sternum, he is not returning.
Oh, so it's just a game injury, though?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's good for Cleveland Browns fans because Jared Goff, I just feel like something crazy might happen for him. Hopefully the game's already over at that point for them, though.
14 seconds remaining, 2nd and 10. 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end. For Jared Goff, blitz coming around the outside. It's picked up nicely, but Goff sits in the pocket. He waits, he finds Coleman, who gets obliterated, and then it's not picked off. Oh, that should have been a pick. What a hit over the middle, Bomber. That looked like a car crash in the middle of the field in Cleveland.
That was a nice read, stepping up. You're really not getting any pressure on Jared Goff, and he just steps up and makes the right throw. But once again, I praise the catch in traffic for Corey Coleman and this Cleveland Browns wide receiver core. But right there, you know, that was a big dog hit from these big dog safeties, and the ball pops out. That could have easily been a turnover.
Now 3rd and 10. It is going to be I formation for Jared Goff. It's a handoff to Anderson up the middle. Oh, boy, Anderson's got a nice run. 3-2. Boy, Cleveland is lucky that he didn't, stumble a little more against the defensive line because that clock could have run out. 4th and inches. They're going to kick a field goal from the 13-yard line. This one a 30-yard attempt for the Cleveland Browns to go up 16-7 going into the half. Kick is up. It is right down the middle. 16-7 your score, Bomber. And in my opinion, I think Kansas City's lucky that it's only an 11-point game because the defense has been, frankly, on a scale of 1 to 10, somewhere around a -4 all game long.
Yeah, having aggressive on that last drive when they had the Cleveland Browns offense on a 3rd and 16, that goes from a 3rd and 16 to a 3rd and 6 really quickly. 2 5-yard penalties for offsides, and that's just not a good look here for the Kansas City Chiefs. And then that kind of propelled that Cleveland Browns run, and they put 3 on the board. But like you, I'm happy. Anytime it's just 3, I'm happy. Kansas City got to look at the rest of the game and put 7 on the board and hope they can either get turnovers or just hold Cleveland to 3, because a couple more touchdowns, I said it might just put it just a little bit out of reach here for Kansas City.
Yeah, the big question is, can the Kansas City passing attack get going? I think James Straseljic has only, I think, 24 or 25 yards passing so far in this game. Kansas City gets 57 yards on the ground so far, 2 passing yards, factoring in a couple sacks. 1st and 10 play action pass for Straseljic. He waits, he throws to the right side, diving catch. Finally, yeah, now he's at 38 yards. That was a nice throw by Straseljic over to the right sideline, down to the 47. It's a first down for the Kansas City Chiefs. Maybe they talk to the passing offense in the locker room at halftime, Bomber.
Yeah, just a little bit. Let's get a little aggressive. Let's go back to our bread and butter, a little play action with some crossing routes, and let's see if we can get McDonald, Tyreek Skill a little deep down the field.
1st and 10, shotgun formation. Forster Celtic, 3 wide receivers, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. It's a handoff to Valentine, and that was a blitz shown the entire way, and they bring down Valentine for no gain on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd and 10, and that's a read that Celtic has to make at the line. They were showing blitz the whole time. There was no way that run play was going to go for any more than a couple yards.
Yeah, absolutely. You had an opportunity to get over top of cover 2 zone right there, and they don't take it. They run the ball. Now they're in a 2nd and 10. You just hope they can creep their way into field goal range on this first drive.
Now 2nd and 10, shotgun formation. Dropping back to pass is Strzelczyk. Oh, there's just, I don't know what the center did on that play. I have no idea. There wasn't even an attempt on the block on the interior. They just let him run past him. It's a 7-yard loss. Going to bring up a 3rd and long.
Yeah, the Cleveland Browns defense doing it again, just getting really tricky with their coverage. Back-to-back cover 2 zones, baiting you to throw the ball and split the safeties. And you're just not seeing it here from Kansas City. They need a big play. 3rd and 17. Let's see what they can cook up.
It's shotgun formation for Strzelczyk. 3 wide receivers, 2 over to the right, 1 to the left side. He's got Valentine to his left on 3rd and 17. Waiting, steps up in the pocket. The pass rush is getting there. He takes off. He's going to try to pick this up. Look at him get up to the 40-yard line and get them into, I think, field goal range.
Yeah.
Yes, they're going to get to kick a field goal. What a job by James Strzelczyk.
Bobbing and weaving, Strzelczyk just making all kinds of plays. And let's see if this can kind of turn into a field goal. I think they might be outside of the range.
Well, but they can go for it here. They're 4th and 3.
No. 38 to the 43, 4th and 2 or shorter.
It has to be 2. So they're going to punt this one away. Well, he almost got there. Close.
Well, he was close. I mean, he could have kicked the field. I think just a little conservativeness here from Drocko. It's probably like really close, and he doesn't want to risk the field position. I probably would have just kicked it. I mean, why are you keeping a kicker anyways that can't knock down a 56, 57-yarder?
I'm more at, that's a nice punt, but it's going to go into the end zone. So it's going to be a net 20-yard punt. So real bad decision the entire way.
Yeah, probably should have put some backspin.
Probably
should have put some backspin on that kick.
Well, and now we have to see if this Kansas City defense actually shows up out of the locker room. They have not been good in this game against the Cleveland Browns. They've been picked apart. 1st and 10 for the Browns. Jared Goff under center. Joe Watson out with an injury. Should be back for the next game as man going in motion. Looks like they set up the counterplay to the left side. And it is going to be Tevin Coleman. Cuts it back up the middle. Sidesteps the tackle. Has a 1st down. Has more. The usering really bad today. Uncharacteristically bad, Bomber. The bright lights of the AFC Championship game might be getting to Drocko.
And Drocko's still in this game. He just has to calm down. It's only 11 points. Even if you hold him to 3 on this drive, let's say they get into field goal range, you're still only down 14 points. There's still opportunities here. There's still a lot of football left.
1st and 10. It's a play action pass rolling out to the right side. It's Goff. Throws it into traffic. Boy, some of the Chiefs defense, though, is going to have to make a play at some point. That's another throw into tight coverage. Should have been picked. We've seen 3 or 4 drop picks on the side of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, we have. It's just been really difficult watching Jared Goff trying to sling the ball down the field and do his best Joe Watson impression, but he's definitely falling quite short on that so far.
Hand off to Tevin Coleman right up the middle. Hello. Good to meet you, sir. Sit down at the 39-yard line. Big play there. Now a 3rd and 12, Bomber. The question I have for you is aggressive pass rush on for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Well, they're going to fake hike it here, and it'll probably turn into a 3rd and 7. Maybe again turn it to a 3rd and 2.
Sure.
And that's just quick math for you, ladies and gentlemen.
3rd and 12. Shotgun formation for Jared Goff. 3 wide receivers, 2 over to the right, 1 over to the left side. Anderson to his left. He drops back pass. No fake rush. No fake hike whatsoever. Pressure from Goff, and he's going to have to throw this one away. That was a throwaway. That I can guarantee that was a throwaway, but it looked worse than it was. Kansas City defense, they get a 3 and out on the first drive.
Yeah, that's a good 3 and out. Now, just imagine if they compounded that with an actual, field goal in the last one. They might have an opportunity to take this lead.
Well, at least they get the stop as this punt is away inside the 10-yard line. It's going to be fielded at the 8, up past the 10, past the 15 to the 20. Gets up to the 25. That's where he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. And now we can see the Kansas City offense come back out. Boy, Bomber, it hasn't been pretty offensively, but there's always time for this offense to get going.
Yeah, there's time. I mean, just need one big play. You have Tyreek Hill, you have Chris Genty, who I'm big on. You have Valentine at halfback. There's big-time playmakers here. Let's see if they can get it done. 1st
and 10. It's Strzelczyk driving back. Only 3-man rush from the Browns, so he's going to have all day. All day. He launched it into double coverage, and it's almost picked off.
That's that when you step up in the pocket, then he's scared because now the pocket is collapsing on him, and he goes, okay, this is not the right time to throw this, but I'm ripping it anyways just to avoid myself having to make any other decisions. He gets rid of it, and that could have been intercepted easily there. So Jared Goff and Strzelczyk going back and forth with really bad throws here in NBLI broadcast number. What is this, 232?
231. Quick. Down. London Spade on the outside. Is it 230? I don't know.
What was the last one? 230? It is 231.
I think it's 231. I think 230 was the wild card. Big sack there. You saw the blitz shown, and boy, look at those routes, Bomber. It really isn't a quick route there.
Yeah, there really wasn't. So when the cover zero comes, you have to say, hey, does this look like a cover zero? Does it smell like a cover zero? Well, let me start preparing myself for a cover zero. They didn't do it there. So Chiefs quarterback got to get a little bit better at deciding that pre-snap.
And you know the Browns probably running a cover 3 here on 3rd and long. Dropping back is Struselczyk. 3-man rush. Waiting. Lots of time for Struselczyk. He has to take the underneath route up to the 25-yard line. They're going to be forced to punt this one away. And another one, see, is a cover 3. And boy, against a cover 3 bomber, none of those routes are particularly good.
Yeah, they're really not. And why not take a shot down the sideline? You're looking at a cover 3. You have to think to yourself, maybe, just maybe I get a one-on-one jump ball or I get some kind of speed differential with Tyreek Hill and he can get down the sideline and get loose. But right now they're playing this punt it back and forth and just giving the Browns too many opportunities.
Boom! Big hit, but he hangs on to the ball. But it does feel like, Bomber, we're looking at a matchup of a team with an owner who has been there before and knows how to play this game here in the playoffs, and an owner that is just maybe a little bit of those butterflies going here in the AFC Championship game.
What was that? I missed that. I was reading some other things right now. To the outside,
I was just saying
Coleman,
that this looks like a matchup of one owner who has been here before and one owner who doesn't know how to handle the bright lights of the AFC Championship game.
I think you're onto something with that. You know, you get a team that Kansas City hasn't won an NBL Super Bowl since season 2, I believe. And,
wow,
man, it's just been such a long drought. Ownership after ownership has came in here and tried to change some stuff. And I think Draco had a very good cycle. But I don't know if he has enough plays left in that tank to really do some damage here against the Cleveland Browns.
A turnover, though, would be huge. Maybe shift the momentum here. 2nd and 12. Shotgun formation for Jared Goff. He drops back to pass on 2nd and 12. Flag down on the play.
Was that picked? Was that overthrown?
No, it was overthrown right to the safety, and it was another drop. It was another drop pick. It was as thrown into the breadbasket as you can get, and another drop pick.
Well, hey, even the defense can't catch Jared Goff passes. Oh, got him. Da-doom.
Sick burn. Sick.
And there we go.
Goff got roasted. So they're going to have to accept that penalty, but the Kansas City Chiefs have not shown up today. 2nd and 22 now for the Cleveland Browns. Shotgun formation for Jared Goff. 3 wide receivers, 2 over to the left side, 1 over to the right side. Goff changing the play here. 4-man rush from the Kansas City Chiefs. Wow, he got pancaked in the middle. It's a quick throw underneath to Coleman. Tevin Coleman out of bounds at the 26-yard line. Gets thrown down a little late. It's going to cut it back to 3rd and 12.
Hey, just look at this defense right now. Why do they always seem to allow this team to come out of these 3rd and long, 2nd and longs? This 3rd and 12, I just got a feeling that the Cleveland Browns are going to pick this up.
Yeah, it sure feels that way. It sure feels like this is the Draco defense. This is what they're built on, and they have not been here today. I think I have counted five dropped picks, of which I would count 3 or 4 of those as really great opportunities. One was a tight one to make. Now 3rd and 12, shotgun formation for Jared Goff. 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end out there as he drops back to pass. Another 4-man rush from the Kansas City Chiefs. Another throw over the middle. Another first down. Hey, why not? Well, and when you're rushing 4 every time, Bomber, this is a Draco defense that is aggressive. When you're rushing 4 every time, they're 3 with a spy. Jared Goff hasn't really run all day. 3 with a spy, you can't get any pressure. He's going to have all day to wait for these guys to come open.
And I'll do you even one better than that. So it's 4 guys that are responsible for the quarterback. 2 actually have contain on, and then 1 with the spy. So you really have 1 traditional pass rusher. Everybody else is just trying to keep Jared Goff either in the pocket or away from rolling out of the pocket. So same kind of concept. So just not a good decision there for the Kansas City Chiefs.
1st and 10, 3 wide, 1 tight end for the Cleveland Browns and Jared Goff. Minute 7 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. They drop back to pass on 1st and 10. 4-man rush from the Kansas City Chiefs. Quick throw underneath. And another misuser. Coleman's going to get all the way up to the 34-yard line. Should have been picked, whiffed on the pick, and it was open field for Tevin Coleman down to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, really got to question what's going on here for the Kansas City Chiefs defense. They've had opportunities here. It's just 16-7. They're not even playing the star quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. The Super Bowl champion, Joe Watson, isn't even playing. He's out with bruised ribs. What's going to happen? Bruce Sternum, excuse me. What's going to happen next? I mean, honestly, this is a beatable Browns team right here for the Chiefs, and they really just don't seem like they have a chance. 1st
and 10, shotgun formation for Jared Goff. Blitz coming. It's picked up. Connie's going to take a deep shot on the left side. Demanch has a step. Can he get him bound?
Ooh, no. I'd challenge that if I was Cleveland. That looked like he got the 2 down. He was toe-tapping Tony right there. Demanch puts on a nice move right there, a little double move. Defender doesn't bite, but he says, you know what, I'll beat you with my size and speed. He gets over the top. Man, that looked like it was good.
We saw a couple toe taps in the NFC Championship game. A lot of sideline throws, looking for some love from the refs, but nothing happening there. No challenge coming from the Cleveland Browns. They're going to come out under center. Tevin Coleman in the backfield. 2 wide receivers for Jared Goff's going to hand off to Coleman over the left side. He's going to get all the way up to the 30-yard line, give him 4 on the play, and we get another 3rd and 5. And the way this game is going, Bomber, you got to expect Cleveland's going to convert this one.
Yeah, Cleveland runs a lot of counter-type run plays. I'm noticing that right now where a lot of you see right guards pulling to the left side. Even though it doesn't say a counter concept, it's very similar. It's where the quarterback opens to one side and then hands off to the other side, buying the offensive line time to pull a right guard to the left side of the field. I'm seeing that a lot of running plays here, so you got to start picking that up if you're the Draco defense.
A lot of counters, a lot of power runs with that pulling guard. 3rd and 5, 4-man rush from the Browns. It's an out route that, boy, Jared Goff overthrew that one. And once again, the coverage wasn't great. It was probably open, but credit Jared Goff for being the best player on the field for the Kansas City defense on that play. Now on 4th and 5, it's going to be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash mark, kicking it into the wind. The kick is up, and it is true right down the middle. Cleveland's going to extend their lead to 12 points. Kansas City, though, once again, getting off the field, holding them to a field goal. It's up to the offense just to get anything going.
Yeah, they haven't done anything. We need special teams to score for them. But to be honest, that seems to be their only hope. They've had some good special teams run. Oh, not right there as they get down to the 25. But, man, we've seen some big opportunities happen in the kick return game for the Kansas City Chiefs, but we have not seen nothing on offense. I know Decadog, a big-time Kansas City Chiefs fan in the NFL. He's rooting for them right now in the NBL as the underdogs, but, man, it's just time's starting to run out here for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Now, 1st and 10 for James Straseljic and the Chiefs. He's got Valentine in the backfield. 4-man rush from the Cleveland Browns. He's in the pocket, looks over to the left side. That out route wasn't open. It wasn't open at any point. He's lucky it's not going the other way. As we will head to the 4th quarter, the Cleveland Browns on top, 19-7. Kansas City just stuck right now. They've got plenty of time, though. They're only down 2.
Another press and man coverage for the Cleveland Browns. They had a chance to go over the top. I don't know if you saw that, but he got a clean release, Tyreek Hill on the left side. If that was a streak route, that would have been to the house, but he did come back on the route. Probably should have just stayed with it and went over the top.
2nd and 10, 3 wide receivers, 2 over the left side, 1 to the right. For James Straseljic on 2nd down. It's a play-action pass, dropping back, waiting, looks to the corner route on the left side, can't hold on to it. The pressure was coming quickly. It's just this Kansas City team. I played in this division, Bomber. It does not look like the 10-6 team that I played during the year. This team looks totally out of wax.
Yeah, they're definitely succumbing to the moment right now. You're in the AFC Championship game. NBL Live Broadcast 231. Pressure, spotlight, it's all on you right now. What are the Kansas City Chiefs doing? They're just kind of wiltering to the heat. They don't look like that interested in making these big dog plays, but I would like to see them take a shot down the field. You're seeing a lot of cover 3 here from the Cleveland Browns. That means it's going to be one-on-one down the sideline. Let's take the shot.
Or you gotta look at a seam up the right side. There's nobody there. 3rd and 10, 4 seconds on the play clock. He's gonna drop back to pass. Rush coming from the right side. It's picked up nicely. He's gotta go. He's gotta throw it or something. Nope, he's gonna throw it into coverage. He had room on the left side to run. James Straseljic, 4 of 10, 45 yards. Bomber. There's 5:50 to go. This ball game's over in my mind, and they had to use their 2nd time out there for some reason.
Yeah, you notice right there on the right side, the receiver was trying to run down the field, and he just completely stopped. He ran into the defensive player, and that just messed up the entire, the feng shui of the offense right now. I don't know what was going on there on the right side. It was a cornerback wide receiver interaction that just bumped into each other, and both of them just stopped. It was very weird.
It's TJ Warren saying 45 yards passing, not going to cut it. 45 yards passing in the AFC Championship game, one of the worst performances I have ever seen in an AFC Championship game, and they're going to give up a punt return touchdown. He's up to the 40, to the 30. He's out of gas, but no one's going to catch him. Everything breaking the way of the leprechaun lover himself, Z-Star and the Cleveland Browns, as they go up 3 scores now. Stick a fork in them. The fat lady is singing. Kansas City getting run off the field here in Cleveland.
Yeah, they really are. What's going on with the Chiefs right now? Special teams is usually their bread and butter. The defensive paralysis of the Kansas City Chiefs has not been there. Special teams usually gives them a boost here or there. And they had a couple big opportunities. They just didn't capitalize on them. And right there, they give up a big touchdown. That's probably going to do the game in. I mean, 19 points, 533. This has been a miracle team. This would take a miracle comeback. This would be fitting, but I just don't see it happen.
Can they respond with some special teams? Nope. They're going to be taken down the 34-yard line. Now we get to see the Kansas City, and I put in quotes, offense, because there has been no offense today. It seems like every time, Bomber, they just can't read a defense. Man coverage, they're not getting the right reads. Cover 3, which Cleveland has been running on 3rd down every time, they can't get the right reads. And they've got James Straseljic. They're not playing with Brennan Doughty anymore. It is their #1 quarterback, Straseljic, at the helm. As on 1st and 10, it's a throw to the outside. It's another drop. It was thrown into double coverage. 4 of 11, 45 yards. Absolutely pitiful for the man with the long last name.
Yeah, if you're the Cleveland Browns defense right now, kudos to you. You've been phenomenal. This offense isn't the best, but your defense has been suffocating at best, and it has looked phenomenal so far to start this game.
2nd and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs. Shotgun formation for Strzelczyk. 2 wide receivers over the left side. 1 over to the right, Valentine. To the right of James Strzelczyk. It looks like they're setting up a little screen pass to the outside. Valentine's going to be taken down at the 32-yard line. They can't even run a screen pass effectively. They're going to lose 1. They're going to bring up another 3rd and 11.
One thing Z-Star and this Cleveland Browns do really well is his user tackling in open field is phenomenal. He does a great job shooting the gap. He does a great job tackling in open space. You definitely see some stick skill come to play when Z-Star's behind the controls.
On 3rd and 11 is Strzelczyk dropping back, only a 3-man rush for the Cleveland Browns. He's just going to have to take off once again. He's going to be taken down at the 40-yard line. Was that all streak routes? What was that? Oh, that was... I mean, again, you got a cover 4 there. Which route are you looking for, Bomber? You see a cover 4. What is the route you're looking for on that play?
Well, you're going to check the post initially because you can potentially split those safeties if they're playing a little wide because it might play like a cover 2. And I didn't look like it was open there, but, man, I don't know. After that, I'm looking something over the middle of the field with that dig.
Why are they punting? 4:39. You don't have any time. Your defense hasn't stopped Cleveland all day. But I guess they're going to punt this one away down inside the 20-yard line. Bounces inside. Why is he catching it? What is happening?
I think he's scared. It hits the ground. It does the rocket into the end zone, and then everything looks bad at that point.
Hey, so, Bomber, what's been going on with you lately? This game is over and has not been very good. So, how's life for you?
That's pretty good. I'm headed to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, that just happened. Not bad.
Can't complain. Handoff to Tevin Coleman over the left side. Just making the Cleveland Browns look great, but Coleman's holding his back. That could be a big loss. Hey, don't forget,
that could be a torn ACL.
As he's holding his back, absolutely. Is that Madden animation? While you're watching this game and you've watched 2 subpar games here on NBL Live, don't forget our EA Access tournament on August 2nd through the 5th. All for charity, all for Operation Homefront. All of our proceeds go into Operation Homefront, a great charity that helps military families around the country. First place gets that signed Saquon Barkley helmet. We'll be giving away over $1,000 worth of prizes. And just announced today, if you're a subscriber to the NBL Network here on twitch.tv/NBL Network, you'll be entered to win a signed Michael Jordan Team USA jersey. That's right. That actually signed with that certificate of authenticity. It wasn't signed by me. It was signed by actually Michael Jordan. That gold jersey only to subscribers. Again, if you have Amazon Prime, you get 1 free subscription here on Twitch every 30 days. If you don't, it's only $4.99 to subscribe, and you can be entered for that Michael Jordan jersey. Bomber, the biggest giveaway we've ever done for subscribers. Really rewarding those people who actually who support the NBL with their hard-earned money or their hard-earned Amazon Prime each and every month. It's a pretty great giveaway.
Absolutely. Michael Jordan, he's probably my favorite player of all time. So if an NBL guy wins it, slide in my DMs. If I win the Michael Jordan jersey, I'm putting it right back in. We're doing another redraw. So it's 1 out of how many subscribers we got right now? 60-something? What do we have?
I think it's 62. I think last
so we got 62, so it'll be a 1 in 61 chance for you. If I win, it will come out. I'm sure if OSU wins, it'll probably be the same thing. Or unless you're keeping it. Are you keeping it?
Giving it away.
Yeah, he doesn't even like Jordan, I don't think. I don't think OSU's a big time Mike Jordan fan.
No, I actually was a big Karl Malone, John Stockton fan in the mid-90s. So it went great for me.
They weren't even popular. Come on.
I had my Jazz jersey.
You're watching hoops. You're a Michael Redd fan, right? Ohio State, Michael Redd.
I liked Michael Redd when he was at Ohio State. He went to the Bucks. I didn't care anymore, but no, he had
a couple good years with the Bucks. Then he got hurt his back or something.
He actually lives about 4
Gosh, they just weasel their way out of 3rd and longs this entire game. They picked that up. Oh no, they finally going to be a 4th and 1 here for the Kansas City Chiefs defense. Finally gets a stop.
Kansas City gave up this one. With 4:40 to go, they punted the ball away. There's no reason to punt that ball. You're down 26-7 with 4 minutes to go. They gave up at that point, so who cares? I mean, I'm sorry. At that point, you got to keep fighting, or you just you got to start running the ball here with 2:29 to go. If I see them throw it, I'm going to be very disappointed in Draco for that punt away. It's on 4th and 1, little room around the outside, but he's going to be taken down once again at the 31-yard line. Boy, this is a sure tackling Browns team, though, Bomber. As you mentioned, we have not seen any missed tackles, either on special teams or defensively.
Yeah, they're good. When you get outside of the pocket or you get outside with your halfback or wide receiver on special teams, the pursuit and stick ability by Z-Star has just been phenomenal. It has been good for probably the last 2-3 seasons, it's been up there, and he's just been in his prime the last 2. It's just been really great to watch, really fun to watch if you appreciate that kind of thing.
1st and 10.
As he gets beat. Oh, he drops it. Oh, my head, right? Yeah. Got it.
How does that drop?
And drops. I mean, have you watched the Lions football?
I have.
That's true. Have you ever seen a guy named Brandon Pettigrew?
Have you seen Eric Ebron? Yeah.
Oh my gosh! But his usually result around some kind of hit in which he goes down into a commercial break.
So many flat routes from Eric Ebron where just hits his hands and boom, dun. 2nd and 10 for Selgic, dropping, lobs it up over the left side. Don't know why that was the route he went to, but he made the catch at the 49-yard line. 64 yards passing, Bomber. Hey, when was the last time the commish Bomber had 64 yards passing in the 4th quarter?
When is the last time we had that on NBL Live?
No, when was the last time you as an owner had that at any point?
Oh, 64 yards passing? Oh, my gosh.
Yeah,
I know. It's probably Madden 25, maybe.
Yeah,
I got shut out in Madden 25 when I was horrible.
That's absolutely crazy. I mean, for me, I'd have to think all the way back to like week 13. 2nd and 11 now.
I sucked at Madden 25. I think I was like 0-8 to start season 1 of NBL. Season 1, Madden 25. I was started 0-8. Sonny was here. He remembers. He was the New York Jets. He was in my DMs trying to trade everybody. He got himself some Tavon Austin. That's when they thought he was money. That's going to be a user pick. Don't throw that. Over the middle. Wow.
That Draco needs 40 days.
No. He just made it to the AFC Championship. Can't give it to him. His pedigree's too high now.
Man, speaking of pedigree, Triple H. Anywho, we get to the Super Bowl now. Bomber, you're going to be there. Rematch with the Cleveland Browns. Give us the scouting report on the Cleveland Browns. What have you seen today?
Oh, I don't want to say too much about what I've seen.
Okay, let's go. Is there anything you can take today from this game, or was this such a poor performance from the Kansas City Chiefs that this game's pretty much a wash?
Well, let me tell you this about the Cleveland Browns. If you think you're going to find any just tendency in which you go, oh, he only pulls up off his left hand, or he only does this when he does. At that point, that's all a wash at this point of the game. I think what you know is what they do strong, and if you can just kind of make them second guess what they do strong and just allow yourself another half second and then hope that your defense can get pressure to the quarterback or you can get some block shedding against the run game, you might have a chance. I think defensively they're very sound. They stay down to their principles. They're basically bend, don't break, and they can create turnovers. This is a very tough team and arguably one of the better teams we've seen in NBL history. If they can pull off a back-to-back, you're going to be saying to yourself, is this Cleveland Browns maybe the best team in this 2-year span that we've ever seen in the NBL? Those are questions we're going to ask. I mean, he did it with the rookie quarterback, now a sophomore, wins the AFC Championship game with Jared Goff. A lot of positives from the Cleveland Browns. If you're an NBL fan like me, I look at this team and I go, man, this team's stacked top to bottom. And I don't mean they just have a plethora of talent, but they do have a lot of talent. But the ones that are role players play their role very effectively. They got a lot of Rick Foxes out there that play like Rick Fox did with the Lakers. Nice little entry pass into Shaq. I mean, those things get overlooked. But if you really fine-tooth combing and look at it, this is a very strong team.
The question is, who is the Tony Kukoc of the Cleveland Browns? That's the real question.
David Njoku.
There it is. That's it. Funny last name, Njoku Kukoc. It seems money. As the Cleveland Browns will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl here for season 32 with a win over the Kansas City Chiefs, 26-7. What a performance from the Cleveland Browns. A great season from the Kansas City Chiefs. Coming up one game short here in the final game of the Madden 18 cycle. So, let's first pick our NBL Live player of the game here for this particular matchup, the AFC Championship game. Bomber Jared Goff filled in very admirably for Joe Watson, making some nice throws down the field. Myles Garrett had a nice job on the defensive line. For me, I think I would lean towards Goff if for no reason other than that's such a tough position to come in. So many times you see the backup come in and have to fill in for the star quarterback, and the game falls off. Watson went out early, and Goff was cool under pressure.
Goff was cool under pressure, but he had some just errant throws. I know Tevin Coleman had a big touchdown. He looked phenomenal, and Njoku made some great catches. Corey Coleman made some great catches. I'm with you wherever you want to go. I saw a lot of positives on both sides of the ball from multiple people. Nothing really stood out except for the fact that Jared Goff kind of led this team to victory, and he is not the best quarterback in the league. Definitely not even at Nick Foles level in this NBL. Not in real life. All right, so you Los Angeles Rams fans, St. Louis Rams fans, don't attack me here. Not in real life I'm talking about. I'm talking about Jared Goff in the NBL. He's had some trials and tribulations, to say the least, here in the NBL. And he won himself an AFC Championship game, so that's definitely going to go on his fridge.
Yes, Jared Goff's going to be your player of the game here for the AFC Championship game on NBL Live Broadcast 231. What a game. What a doubleheader we had tonight, and our Super Bowl is set. The Season 32 NBL Super Bowl tomorrow night, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, right here on the NBL Network. It's going to be the Lions taking on the Browns. A rematch of the Season 31 Super Bowl. Browns looking to go back-to-back to finish out the cycle. Lions looking for their second title of the cycle. Don't miss out. Hit that follow button so you know when we go live. Hit that subscribe button so you can be a part of our giveaway during our tournament. Again, that Michael Jordan jersey, a subscriber-only giveaway, only for you out there who support us with your Twitch Prime or your $4.99 subscription. You'll be entered to win that on day one of the tournament. That 12-hour stream will give away that Michael Jordan signed USA jersey. We are going to get out of here. What a night we had here on the NBL Network. For my co-host, Bomber, I am OSU. Once again, don't miss out the NBL Season 32 Super Bowl coming up tomorrow night, 9 o'clock Eastern Time here on the NBL Network. Appreciate everybody tuning in for Championship Weekend. We'll see you tomorrow night right here on NBL Live.